Gorokoto, welcome everybody to the NZIHL Grand Finals here in Botany. I'm Matt Chavez, here today with Joel Rindelob and Bartek Evertovsky.
That's right.
All right. There you go.
Good.
All right. Close enough. Anyway, guys, this is going to be an exciting one. The Swarm are on the edge of elimination here. It was a tough game for them last night. The Stampede jumped all over them. 8-0 was the score. And they're going to have to fight back tonight to even the series. 3-game series, no aggregate goals or anything, but they do have to get the win tonight to continue on. Otherwise, the Stampede will take the cup once again, and that's what's on the line tonight. So, guys, any thoughts to open this one up, Joel?
Well, the Swarm, not their best showing last night, so they're going to need to flush that down the toilet, come straight back, and play with that sense of urgency. The season is on the line. If they lose tonight, it's over.
Yeah, that's right. Skill-wise, these teams are pretty evenly matched. As we saw, they split both the home and away series, but you can't teach experience, and the Stampede have the experience in these big games. And it showed. The Swarm are a young team, a lot of young players, never been in this position. So hopefully that first game, that's the experience. They've been taught their lesson, and they'll come out here and give the fans a show.
So with that, we're going to go to some highlights from last night so you can check out what happened, and you'll see most of them are with the Stampede, unfortunately for the Swarm. That is what we're up against tonight with Game 2 here in Botany.
We are getting underway. You can start to feel it building up here, guys. It is exciting. It is worthwhile. This is what we all are looking forward to. Grand final time, NZIHL action. SkyCity Stampede playing away from home for once against the Botany Swarm, the hometown team.
Whoever's taking the puck across the blue line, they've got to make a decision on it.
Shot there, what another save. Great, this is out of the net. Passes in front. What a scrambling save by Grace Harrison. Puck is still somewhere. And she's diving on it. Doesn't have control of it. Stampede trying to shoot on the open net, and they do, and they score! That is Freer from the point, getting a goal as Harrison was well out of the net. That's 1-0 SkyCity Stampede.
A huge scramble there in front of the netty, and Lockie Freer actually had a good chance on the backhand, but he couldn't put it home. And then his brother finally did moments later. Big scramble here.
That pass went off the side of the net too when you get a shot on replay. Nolan Ross here banks it off the side of the net, and then it comes in front right to a streaking Freer. That's Mitchell, and he comes in and he just buries it. Over to Freer. This is Mitchell Freer. Up the boards. Good passing play by the Stampede. They gain the zone. Here comes McCock on the backhand. Takes a shot and scores! What a beauty backhand right upstairs, catching Harrison. And it is quickly 2-0 SkyCity Stampede. There you have it.
Good little link-up play. He passed to the blue line and then just found Max McCarg with a bit of speed. He gains his own, beats 2 Swarm defensemen, and then puts it on the backhand and just roofed it.
Goals to nothing. If you have just joined us, this is the grand final of the NZIHL between the Botany Swarm and the SkyCity Stampede. Carroll with a shot, rings off the iron. That just doesn't go through, and that had Brooks beat. He was looking behind him. Wasn't much on that shot, Matt, but that seemed to fool Brooks a little bit.
It hit behind him. It beat him, and it hit 2 posts before it came out. It was close as it could be, as that could possibly be.
He passes it up to his brother, and they streak in. McIntosh on that wing, up to McRae. McRae, one-time pass and shot and a goal. Tic-tac-toe, beautiful. Jet McCullum converts that passing play. We got a 3-0 hockey game.
Yeah, great pass there from Mike McRae to find Jet McCullum wide open down the right-hand side. And he makes no mistake putting it home. Didn't get everything on it, but the accuracy was there.
But not all of it on it, and Harrison is able to make that save. And we repeat the process and drop the puck again. This time the Swarm win the puck. And they keep it in though, the Stampede. In the middle, Ross cuts in, wrist shot, and a goal! 4-0 SkyCity Stampede, demonstrating how potent they are with the offense attack.
They are absolutely lethal at the moment, Wani. 4 goals already in the opening period. They are all over the Swarm at the moment. The Swarm just don't seem to have an answer.
That's Simon to Wimmer. Wimmer cuts in the middle. This is nice from Botany if they can come through. 3-on-2 with a shot. Nice save, shot there, another rebound. What a save by Brooks. Simon, was that Simon or Wimmer? Wimmer had all that net to shoot at, but put it right back into the pads of Brooks. Left-hand side with a right-hand shot. Pass in the middle. Chance here for McIntosh. What a save by Grace Harrison as he went forehand, backhand, forehand. Trying to go to that bumper spot. Looks like Nolan Ross that's in that position, but it's up to Davis Ross. To McCollum. Wrist shot doesn't get through. McRae on the side of the net. Does it go through? Puck is close to in. The ref is indicating a goal.
He is indicating a goal, yeah.
The light did not go on, but that puck was rolling. And it looks like we have a goal to the Stampede. We will get that confirmed. 5-0 SkyCity Stampede.
They are wanting. The Swarm have had 15 shots this period. There's another one. Rebound there for a second. Ooh,
that's a big crash of the net by Marcus McDonald as he goes right over the top of Brooks. So he's trying to get in on that rebound. Might get a replay on that because that's one of those things that's unwritten. You just don't do that. I mean, that's the goaltender has it. He's covered it. Oh, it's within contact. Him and Burns come together quite quick. And Harrison decides to put a lazy dump in. But again, forechecked hard and a goal. Devlin on the backside gets a 5-hole goal on the backhand. And we have got 6 goals to the SkyCity Stampede. Stampede in control. Now, Cosney has that puck taken away. Rusky Jones on a partial break here. 1-0, takes a shot, and that is saved by Gibson.
And that's the real key here, right? Is the game may be a little out of hand, but can the Swarm?
Oh, another shot. That was a ripper from the point, straight in. Amston, just as you're saying that, with an absolute hammer of a shot. And that is tried to be cleared by Hopkinson. Doesn't get it out of the line. McCollum gloves it down nicely. Over to McRae. McRae looking to shoot. He does. Goes up top. Save off the shoulder of Gibson. SkyCity Stampede still with it. Shot and a goal. Colin McIntosh.
Yeah, Gibson can't see
the
this.
Swarm defenseman's just standing there.
Yeah.
I think
you would too if you'd been out there for 2 straight minutes. That was a long shift, and because they couldn't get off the ice, that's where you end up getting tired.
And through Fontaine and looks like Davis Ross, and that is it. That is the final horn for period number 3 and game 1, Bryce, of this NZIHL BIRGEL Cup.
Well, that's 6 minutes to show you how it gets to 8-0 on a NZIHL finals game. An absolute smothering by the Stampede to start with. But guys, if there's anything that we've seen about the Botany Swarm this season, it is that they are a half and half team. So many times, I think it was eight different times when they won. Well, 2 of them they won both games, of course, in order to get to 10 wins. But the other 6 weekends, every one of them flip-flopped. They never lost 2 in a row. So what will it take to get to that tonight? That's the question, right?
Well, I think you can't count the Swarm out right now.
Right.
Like, as you said, this is a team that can churn it on and churn it on fast. So there is still a lot to play for tonight, and they just need to come out and set the tone early, set the pace, get those legs moving, and let the Stampede know it's going to be a long weekend yet.
Yeah, they have a lot of skill. Evan Carroll and Ballin Pokodzi, they're 2 imports. They've been really good, have clicked really well together. And I think Evan looked good yesterday, although the rest of the team maybe was struggling a bit. I thought Evan looked good. We actually saw him almost go for a Michigan behind the net. I don't know if anyone caught that. He flipped the puck onto his stick, but then he saw Kozak in the slot, didn't go for it. Maybe he'll be a little bit selfish today. Maybe go for that Michigan. We haven't seen that in the NZIHL yet. That would be a treat for the fans.
Well, I was a little surprised also. The Stampede outskated the Swarm yesterday. I thought that was really interesting to see that it was really in the legs. They were moving the pucks quicker. Ian made a very astute comment about how many icings they beat out, which is true, but even just skating generally, they were winning that battle off the puck. So that's got to change today. But I also think after talking with a couple of players beforehand, the Swarm really have to get back to trusting their game and trusting each other. Because when they play well and they are trusting one another, they're making those outlet passes, whereas last night they had a lot of problems with it. So I think we're going to go to some graphics here and just kind of tell the story as to kind of how last night went and what we might expect tonight. And I think that encapsulated it really. I think if it were to me, it's the second goal, but we'll talk about that in a bit. guys, keys to success.
So again, Swarm, forget about last night. It's all tonight. They win tonight. There's another game tomorrow. And really stay out of the box because they can't give any advantage to this highly skilled, very fast Stampede side. And of course, got to help out in front of the net. That was a big issue yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. Grace, well, I think that wasn't her best game. She didn't get much help back there. So they'll definitely need to help her out. And for the Stampede, they need to continue to shut down Domitau and Carroll. They kept both of them off the score sheet, didn't really give them many chances. Made it really easy for Aston Brooks to see those pucks. They need to score early, put pressure on the Stampede, or to put pressure on the Swarm again like they did last night, clog the neutral zone. And again, use their playoff experience to calm their nerves. They've done this a lot of times before. 9 out of the last 10 years they've won the Cup, I believe.
And that's the other part of it, like you're saying, the experience. You just can't replicate it, but now the Swarm have a game. So the playoff statistics are kind of interesting. This is an update from last night. But I think very importantly, we were talking about the power play. And the power play was an absolute key last night for the Stampede. I think they went 3 out of 4. Yeah, so that was, I got the nod from the production crew over there, 3 out of 4. And that was a big part of the way that game started. But you can see there the penalty kill is not that great. Even like for the whole season, you're giving up 1 in 6. So they've got to the Swarm have to stay out of the box if they want to be successful.
Yeah, it looks interestingly, the Stampede have the exact same penalty kill percentage, 83.7%, interestingly. So both teams probably want to stay out of the box with all the firepower out there. And of course the Stampede with the much better all-time playoff record, given they've won so many championships in the last 10 years.
So here's what we saw last night. Shots were actually somewhat even, but the amount of chances the Stampede were absolutely dwarfing what the Swarm could put together, as shown by those 8 goals. And look here, 8 goals by 8 different players from the Stampede. That is a well-balanced machine.
Yeah, that's right. Aston Brooks, he did face about the same amount of shots as Grace and Gibby there in the net, but yeah, his defense really helped him out. His forwards back check hard, made sure he could see all those pucks. A lot of the shots are from the perimeter. He was able to pick this up. He's the best goalie in the NZIHL. He's going to make those saves.
Yeah, you know, guys, last night when I saw the game, it was you hit the nail right on the head. It's even shots, but I hate the shot stat. Just personally, I kind of like expected goals a little bit more, but we don't really have that as a.
We don't have those fancy analytics.
We don't have
yet.
the fancy analytics yet. I mean, eyeball test, it would have been about 6.5 to about 2.5 for me. There actually were some chances for the Swarm, and the Stampede probably did a little even better than what was there. So we'll see how they take that.
You can see here the BIRGEL Cup is in the building. Will the Stampede skate home with that tonight?
They have the chance tonight, don't they? If they get this, it's best of 3, and they have the win already, so that's what's on display.
Yeah, reminder, we are not doing aggregate scoring like we did last weekend in the semifinals, so that's perfect for the Swarm. They're not carrying that 8-0 deficit into this one. They are starting fresh, 0-0. That's the coach's message for sure to his players. We are still in this. It is 0-0. One more game. Take it to Monday night to finish it off. They've got a lot of work ahead for them.
Yeah, and I speaking with Cam Freer last night, they don't even just do it per game. They think per period. They think every 20 minutes they need to go win those 20 minutes where in front of them. So that's the plan for that. And obviously when they're coming back out here, they have to think blank slate. Both teams do, just to mentally. But you're right, with the aggregate scoring not in play here, they are just starting fresh, and it's like a 7-game series, and you're down 3-2. You got to win the last 2. That is just what it is.
It's kind of like a 3-game series. If you're down 1, you got to win the last
exactly.
2, right?
Astute observation.
That's why we bring the math major over here. That's exactly it.
I think you're a chemist, right? Dr. Joel, the chemist.
Dr. Joel. Well, he's earned his PhD, that's for sure.
Mine's the math PhD. We got double doctors.
Oh,
yeah, you're surrounded.
Yikes. Okay, well, I'll try to just call a game here and see what we can do. We've got a few things coming up here tonight. Obviously, it's a pretty special night here in Botany in the Auckland area. The Swarm are quite excited. We've got a few ceremonial things coming up here ahead of the face-off. I think we're just waiting a little bit. We were kind of expecting the puck drop to be right about now, but I will ask you guys in the interim here, we've talked a lot about the Swarm and what they have to do to come back. Was there anything that you saw in last night's game about the Stampede that they need to keep doing? And I say that lightly because I know you just do the same thing again, you're going to be all right. But was there a focus that you guys
I would say keep using their speed. The Swarm have been really good at slowing down other teams in the neutral zone all year. Last night, didn't see it. So if the Stampede can continue to churn those legs and make Grace, Harrison, and goal move back and forth, they're really going to put themselves in good position to repeat last night's performance.
Yeah, that's right. Grace, she plays a pretty aggressive style, like 2010's Jonathan Quick. She likes to stay at the top of her crease, sometimes grabbing that white ice, and the Stampede moved the puck around well. As we saw, that one-timer power play goal forced her into a slide, full splits. She wasn't able to get there in time. So, yeah, that's definitely an astute observation.
So, Bartek, the question I have for you as a goaltender, going to use your expertise here for a little bit. Oh, hey, that's what's up for.
Ooh, that's looking pretty shiny.
Shiny.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that caught our, it's like the squirrel. Oh, look, shiny. Yeah, that's get our attention there. There it is. So, Bartek, the question I have for you, the first goal in the tone setting that happened last night, you saw Harrison kind of get out of the crease and kind of make an all-or-nothing attempt at that save on that first goal. What was your read on that? Was that kind of like, was that a nerves issue, or was it like maybe a higher percentage than it appeared to be? As long as you get to the puck, you're okay.
Yeah, I think it probably wasn't the best decision in the moment, but there was a lot of chaos in front of her. And, yeah, playing that aggressive style, just like Jonathan Quick, sometimes that would happen to him too, going chasing out of his crease. So I think maybe a little bit of nerves, maybe just letting the emotions get too hot. She's a great goalie. I think that, as we saw against the Admiral, she shut them out that first game, was absolutely dominant. So I think she can't overthink things too much. This is not the time to make adjustments to your game. This is the time to trust your instincts, do what you always do. She's their number one goalie. She's an excellent goaltender, and she can carry them to a victory today. And we were discussing Aston Brooks during the highlights. He's a very technically sound goaltender, but his one issue, as we saw in some of those highlights, is rebound control. So we saw he gave up a few ugly rebounds. His teammates were able to help him out, of course, but that could be something the Swarm could exploit if they're able to take away his eyes for a second with a flyby screen, force him to make an awkward save, and then tap in those rebounds. So usually for the goalies watching at home, if that's happening to you, usually that happens because you're not tucking your chin down, because we're all tempted to keep our chin up, look big, but when you're doing that, you actually can't track the puck into your body very well. So so probably Aston Brooks, if he's going to make one adjustment, just keep his chin down, tuck his chin, track the puck into his body, and follow those rebounds.
All right, I'm going to switch a little bit here. Now let's talk about tonight's game as you see it unfolding. And again, we're just kind of waiting for things to get started here. For me, it's the second goal tonight. It's really going to be I imagine there's going to be some sort of a gritty or quick goal or whatever. And that's
You're predicting more than one goal will be scored.
Well, I have a good track record of thinking it might be more than a 1-0 shutout. But in that case, I'm looking at, like, if the Swarm can put two up quickly, then they can build momentum. If it's a split, it's going to go a long ways. If the Swarm give up a couple of goals early on, then you really have to start wondering where the mentality goes. So, I mean, for me, I'm going to be looking at that. So with that in mind, Bartek, do you have any kind of metric that you're looking at here to see how the game is progressing one way or the other?
Yeah, the first goal definitely going to be important, especially if the Stampede get it, and they've got experience on their side. They only need to win one more game. Swarm need to win two. So, yeah, the Swarm will definitely be feeling the pressure if they're going down early. They're going to want a strong start. And as we talked about, I think they were very tentative in that first period. They looked like they were scared to make mistakes. They didn't want to lose. They weren't playing to win. They got to get out there and play to win, not be tentative, take it to the Stampede in that first period if they want to extend this series to Monday night.
And Joel, as the Swarm are coming out here, is there any kind of metric or anything that you're looking for that is key to victory for either team here?
I would say the biggest metric I'm looking for is the team that scores more goals.
That's a good one. This is the math guy again, right? He's just walking all
chemistry
over it.
Guy, but I think you could take my job. I would let him teach my classes.
Well done, yes. But the point still remains, you don't win by getting more shots, you win by getting more goals. That is a big deal.
That's right. Yeah, the team that scores more goals usually wins.
At least 90% of the time.
Yeah. Was it? You want like 5% uncertainty, right, to make something like that.
It works 60% of the time, 100% of the time.
That's right. That's the math right there. He's got it.
All right, so the team's going to line up here before we get started. We'll have the ceremonial puck drop coming up here.
And this stadium is rocking. We have another sold-out game. People in Auckland, New Zealand are coming out to support their side.
To the center of the ice, where we are joined today for a ceremonial puck drop between the captain of the two teams today and Prime Minister Chris Luxon.
So walking out onto the ice, Prime Minister Chris Luxon for the ceremonial puck drop.
Should get some crampons for him.
He is sliding around a little bit, but he's holding on so far. He's got the hat. He's apologized to Mr. Freer for that.
He's the MP for Botany, very appropriate, supporting his local team.
And we'll turn around for some photos. There we go.
So there we go. Ice hockey is the only game you should be watching tonight. Even the Prime Minister is in the building.
That's right. And as they get lined up here, we'll now have the national anthem coming up here in just a moment.
Sung by Jared again, the beautiful voice.
He did such a
Voice of an angel.
Please keep your attention on the ice and stand if you are able and remove your hats to the singing of the national anthem.
And we'll rejoin you in just a moment after the anthem. And that's Jared Brown with the anthem.
Beautiful.
The ceremonial portion of the evening is over, and now we get to the violence, right?
That's
It's
right.
business time.
It's business time. That's right. Let's get the puck dropped. I shouldn't say violence. It's just going to be fast. And actually, it brings up a point, right? I always try to relate something, but the Swarm have to stay out of the penalty box. The Swarm, if they get the chance to go on the power play, they have to convert. Special teams is going to be a key tonight.
Yeah, that's right. They had a 5-on-3 power play yesterday, but weren't able to get anything going, and that's a killer for momentum.
Yeah, that 5-on-3 at the start of the second period, especially.
Yeah,
that was
And speaking of the crowd, they're so loud in here we could barely hear ourselves. That's Grace Harrison's dad leading the chants for the Botany faithful. And it was great to see the Botany fans. They stuck around till the very end. It was 8-0, and they applauded their team. They did not leave early.
But today is a new day, and they are going to be looking for some revenge to force a deciding Game 3. But the Stampede might have something to say about that.
That's right. They'll be looking to trample the Swarm. But the Swarm will be buzzing coming out in this first period. They don't want to lose like they did last night. They want to make a good account for themselves and sting the Stampede.
The Stampede will be looking to trample. If we're just going to continue.
There it is.
That's what I said. What I said.
You said what you said.
Well, we're going to get under the way. The cup is in the building. It's the Freer brothers, the Ross brothers, and it's Ross right out in front as we start. A chance immediately, and a good save. Harrison and the SkyCity Stampede wasting zero time trying to get off the mark here, and we get a stop, and that will be
an icing
call. Yeah, that didn't quite get there, but yeah.
Not the way the Swarm wanted to start the game with the speed of the Stampede, but Grace Harrison with an amazing side-to-side save, and we're playing.
Yeah,
the game is on.
Grace came to the rescue.
Dalmanto loses that face-off. Stampede with it. They're moving through neutral ice. Dump and chase. 3-on-4. And it's Fueler with it. Fueler in the corner, turns around, looking to escape. That goes out of the zone, something that they had problems with last night, so a good start there. And it is Fontaine getting around to the puck first. But now C-Mac to collect at the Zamboni doors, working that out, flips it forward, concedes the puck. Wimmer's got it. Wimmer with a long shot at the blue line. Aston Brooks with the knock into the corner. Easy save to start with, and now both goaltenders have touched the puck. Back out to neutral. And it's Davis. Ross with it, and a chance, and that is an absolute sitter there. That was as easy as it gets. Davis Ross to Mike McCray, and McCray had a wide open net and a huge defensive breakdown for the Swarm.
Well, kind of unlucky there. It looks like it might have been a shot that gets deflected.
Yep.
Yeah,
goes right to the stick of McCray, and he just taps it in.
Yeah, that is tough. Grace struggling to get over as she's locked in for the shot, gets set for the shot, and yeah, it looks like it just deflects and trickles over the line. No chance for Grace on that one. That is just tough luck for the Swarm to start this one.
Face-off won by the Stampede. They throw it in. Wimmer's going to go back. Not many changes yet. Wimmer's got it and looking to move out. Goes halfway, passes. And the Swarm trying to get set up for their offense as they are down early 1-0. Picosdi with it. Over the red line, goes through the blue line, keeps it. Takes the wrister. That one goes wide into the corner. Comes back out to neutral. Simon with it. Simon heads up, looking for the pass, backing up. Gives it to Carroll. And Carroll's up the middle, trying to get some speed going into the neutral zone. He does. Comes in 3-on-4, leaves it behind. And it's Kozak trying to get there. McCray cuts him off the pass. He sends it around the boards, and it's going to exit the zone. Devlin with it. Devlin loses it, and Cole with the hit takes him out. Swarm with a shot. That was from the point, and it gets blocked into the corner. Carroll with it, gives it up. Off Kozak, shot, and that goes just left. Simon with it, and with that shot. Now Hay with it, in front, goes to the crease. Scramble around, and it's all the way to the other side. Does it go for icing? It does. Yes, it does.
Good response from the Swarm there for sure. They are not sitting back. They're coming right back at the Stampede to try and get that goal back.
Yeah, that's what you want to see if you're the Swarm. Good response and good pressure in the offensive zone, something they were lacking last night. So already a bit of a change here early in this one, despite giving up that early goal.
Hopkinson to take this one against McCog. Everybody skates into their spots, and the Stampede get another one. We'll watch that to see if that becomes a trend, but right now the Stampede getting the puck first on most of the plays here. And now Hopkinson gives it back. Fueler in the defense. Passes forward. And the Swarm choose to skate it out, dump and chase. Comes in deep, Koptev jumping the play there, but then that goes back to McCullum. He passes it up, and the Stampede try to flip that out. They do. Freer's cut off, and the Swarm continue with the puck. McCullum gets it taken away from him. And they go dump and chase again. Sandoy going deep. And McDonald chasing that one down. It's going to stay in the zone. That helps them. Shot, and it's deflected, never gets through.
Yeah, there's some good hustle by McDonald. That's what you want to see from the Swarm, is have the little spark plug out there.
The Honey Badger.
Fontaine to Simon doesn't work out, and it comes back 3-on-3. McIntosh with the puck on his stick at the half boards. We'll push that away. It's Fontaine winning that battle for the moment, and McDonald flips it out. Stampede get the puck back, and they have to reset. Defense worked out there. Mitchell Freer with that pass. And the long one, the attempt, and trying to hit Nolan Ross in stride, the 2023 league MVP for the Stampede.
Yeah, he's been sneaking back behind the defense twice, though, so you're going to have to watch out for that if you're a Swarm.
I was going to say, a lot of youth on display for the Swarm. They're on that line that was just out there. Ballin Picozzi, the only one that I think is over 22 that was out there.
Wimmer throws that in, and now it goes into the zone, and it's Carroll leaving it in. Kozak's going to go chase that down. It's Davis Ross, the newly acquired brother for the Stampede, had it for a moment. Back out to the point. Sent back low. Goes behind the net. And that passing gets intercepted for the Stampede. Going through the neutral zone. Will it go far enough? No, the icing's been waved off a little bit early. Harrison has it. Connor Harrison with a pass, but that goes a long ways down the ice. It'll allow the Swarm to go for a change.
It's a good stick lift by Kozak as he saw that pass coming, just lifted the Stampede player's stick, forced that puck all the way down the ice.
Cole on the forecheck, 2 up front. It's going to give them a man advantage as they come in, except that the Stampede choose to go for a change here, and it's Campbell with it. He takes the hit from Simon. That's given up and comes back out quickly. March with a good job there. And it goes to Cole. Cole back to March. March can't play it off of his knees there as he's lost an edge. And now the Stampede come out. Devlin with it. Left side, and that is offsides by a mile. Kind of held up a little bit, and Anston jumped the line.
Reed Cole had a big fan club out there yesterday. One of the signs said, "I've been naughty, Santa. Send me Cole."
That's terrible.
I love it.
Yep, it's so bad it's good. All right, face off outside the zone. McDonald and Campbell having a little back and forth on this. And they drop the puck. McDonald interfered with a little bit by Campbell. Arms stay down at this point. Not enough to draw a penalty. Now it goes over to Fontaine. He can't collect it in the skates, but he's going to get to the puck first. Holds it in the corner. Doubled up. It still has the puck. And now he's got it behind the line. Goes behind the net. Good control there with the puck. Passes it, gets it back, loses an edge, and the Stampede have it. And dump it out to neutral. Fueler gets there first, down the toe with it, and goes in, and some physicality at the blue line. Fontaine gets it stolen away from him. Fueler and Simon have it now, and Simon's going to skate it in himself. He's onside. Swarm go for a couple of changes. That puck goes up and out for a stop in play.
Good to see some energy from this youth line. Everyone except for Thuler, young player out there, they're bringing that energy. Good to see.
Swarm have had a little bit of pep in their step as we get a replay here on this goal with a deflection right to the stick of McRae. Couldn't ask for anything easier. But since then, the Swarm have responded, and they've been the more threatening team thus far despite being down.
And they come in 2-on-3, gives it to Carroll. Carroll leaves it for Wimmer. He whiffs on that one, just gets a little piece of it. In golf, they call that one a shank, but it just goes to the board. And they get an icing call here. That's I thought it was deflected as it came in, but maybe that was ahead of the red line.
But referee might have missed that. So a little bit of a break for the Swarm here.
Well, that is what they're saying because it's going to center ice, I believe. Yes, indeed. So
that's right.
So no icing, in fact, here. It's just going to be a center ice draw. Carroll to take this one for the Swarm. But Ross wins it for a minute, but then it's stolen away. And they cycle through. Carroll has it on the left side. Picozzi down low. That shot doesn't get through to him. Wimmer gets his deflected away. That's going to go for an icing if they can win the race, and they do exactly that. Sandoy getting back and skating.
Yeah, you're right. The Swarm are looking like a more dangerous team now at the moment, so the coach will be happy to see that response for them. They've not rolled over and accepted their fate. They're going to fight for it.
You know, they had a really good segment from about 17 minutes to 3 minutes in the second period. They played really well yesterday, and this is what they were looking like. They were looking threatening, but they're going to have to close the deal here and score. That face-off won by the Stampede once again, but the puck stays deep in the zone there for the Swarm offense, and that puck gets flipped out halfway, and the door opens, and that will cause a stop in play. That was one of those weird ones where you just get a shot, and that door flies open. It's not the first time.
Too much coal. He was burning a little hot.
I feel like we're going to have a pun championship up here.
Oh, Joel's definitely winning.
Okay.
We can try our best, but
we'll get the participation ribbons on that one, I'm sure. Hayes got this when he sends it low around the boards. Gets to Johnson. It's taken away from by Amston. Stampede get it out to neutral. They hold up. Looking for the pass. Sofer with it. He gets it pilfered. And they go back. Harrison has it, but they have to wait to get onside. Now they send it in. Goes around to the near side. McRae with it. Halfway up. Big rebound there that didn't get through to Harrison, but it was a dangerous spot. And now it's Koptev moving it forward. Koptev hits the board a little awkwardly there. Puck stays in at the point. Long shot, deflected. Never gets through. Simon's shot, dangerous, but doesn't get to the crease.
Yeah, the Swarm have been basically trying to steer everything towards the net as that goes on a play for a moment. But what they're trying to do is take every opportunity they can to throw those pucks towards Brooks, the goaltender for the Stampede, and try to create something, crash the net, maybe get a second chance opportunity, because right now there's a little bit of desperation in the air.
yeah, they might have noticed that maybe Aston Brooks struggled with some of those rebounds, and especially if there's a screen in front of him, they could get an ugly rebound out of him.
Delmato on the chase. He goes through the crease looking for a pass there. Nobody home on the other side, but they had a wide open net for a moment. And now the Stampede get it back after a good run off the face-off. The Swarm were looking dangerous, and now it turns around. Jet McCullum up the right side. He's going to go behind the net, looking to hold on to it. Penalty coming up, arms up in the air. That'll be on the Swarm, probably for a holding call upcoming. Goaltender off. Brooks is out. 6 skaters on the ice. They send it around. Goes to Ruski Jones for a moment. Now it's going to be touched up by Thuler, and 2 minutes on the board.
I think it was Thuler there getting that penalty.
Yeah, it'll be a slashing call.
There
2
you
minutes.
go.
See it on the replay now. Yep. So he gets beaten out wide, and Thuler comes in, and yeah, that's a slash.
But that's the speed of the Stampede right there, creating opportunities.
And because of that, it is a power play for the Stampede. The Stampede have the puck, win the faceoff. It's at the point now, moved over to McCullum. And this is where they struggled yesterday. 3 out of 4 for the Stampede. The Swarm had a hard time. Deflection.
What a save by Harrison. Oh, my.
And Simon has it now. They're trying to get the puck out of the zone as quickly as they can, but Davis Ross gets in and jumps the play. He holds the puck in, and that goes around. McIntosh goes out high. Back to Ross. Ross with the dangle, the move, and in front and a shot. And C-Mac putting it in, making it 2-0.
Great puck movement there from the Stampede. Find Colin McIntosh open on the back door, and he makes no mistake.
Yeah, excellent power play by the Stampede. A lot of power plays can fizzle out if they're too static, just passing around the outside. As you can see, the Stampede player drives into the middle, drawing coverage away from the front of the net, or the side of the net rather, and no chance for Grace there. She was locked in for that shot, had to slide back to cover that, and yeah, that's going to be a difficult save to make.
Yeah, is that because the box is coming out a little bit too much, or is it because just a little bit unfortunate puck luck?
Well, with Ross did a really nice work handling that puck, and like you said, collapsing the defensive box, just giving the Stampede so much room to work with that McIntosh was able to capitalize.
Sandoy with the puck, and it's the Swarm trying to get started again. Stolen away. Ross with it. In front, crease chance. Couldn't get a shot directly onto the net, but they still have it. The half board's on the other side. And it's Colin McIntosh with another shot. Easily knocked away. Sandoy with it. And that goes Pagazdi, and they leave it behind. And Colin McIntosh with it. C-Mac with just the high IQ play here, holding on to it for a long time. That's going to allow the Stampede to get a change here, and they still have the puck. Flipped back in by McRae. Right in front, Harrison tried to whack at it, couldn't connect, but it stays at the point, and now that does go out of the zone. They'll finally get a chance to breathe here, but it is the Swarm that need to get this sorted out and then maybe get a change here. It goes forward. March with it. March can't really do much with it as he's 1-on-3. Here's a shot. That was a dangerous one, but it wasn't quite on target. And they're still behind. March in front. Chance! And that's taken off a stick as that was a very good opportunity.
Yeah, fantastic defensive play by Ross. Could have saved the goal.
Picozzi, and he gives it up. Another shot, and Brooks with a glove save to stop play.
Yeah, good response from the Swarm. They're not rolling over and taking it. They're taking it to the Stampede and trying to apply some pressure. Good chance there, but Brooks was up to the task.
It's a little bit slow. Everybody taking their time to get out to this face-off here. Dalmato to take this one against C-Mac. And Stampede win that one, but the Swarm collect the puck. That's to the side. And Stampede trying to get out of it. It goes up to Freer, then a little too far. Theuler with it now. He moves around Ross adeptly, and then they throw it in for a change. No, they're not going to change here. They're going to stay in. It was just a dump and chase. And they managed to win it. McDonald's there for it. Now McCullough takes it away from him. Jet McCullum, the American, moving it around here and gives it back to, let's see, it's Ross with it now. Nolan Ross holds it. Puck goes behind him. Does that stay in? No, it doesn't. They have to go back, and McCarg gives it up. A couple of changes. Kozak back out on the ice. Will that go for an ice? They do get the icing on this call, and that will go into the offensive zone for the Swarm.
Nolan Ross looked good yesterday for the Stampede. Is he one of their imports for the season?
I don't know if he's still classed as that. I'd have to check, but his brother is.
Now Carroll on the draw. He's good on the face-off. See if he can win it.
And it's the Stampede again. That's going to go around. They get out of the zone. It'll be Sandoy picking that one up. Swarm having a hard time getting out of their zone again. Just double team the puck every single time. The Stampede just choosing how they want to play this game, and so far it is working really well for them. Wimmer giving it up, shot, and McCarg missing just over the net. That is a dangerous place to leave an open man for the Stampede, nearly 3-0, and now the Swarm come in, and that puck just goes over Pagozdi's stick. Can't quite get that one connected.
He's a lethal goal scorer. If he was able to get a stick on that, could have been back one goal for the Swarm.
Yeah, really high percentage if he can nail that one down. McIntosh flipping it forward. Carroll gets to it. Now Sandoy with it. Sandoy trying to get rid of it. Gives it back to Carroll. He's got to wait for the puck, so he's got to cycle back. And he sends it across the ice. Costy with it. Costy's going to take it in himself. Tries to flip it forward, and that is picked off by the Stampede. Out to McRae. McRae taken out of the play at the blue line there.
Big hit by Andy Hay there on McRae.
And Hay with
rhyming violence.
and Hay with the exit as well. Now he's going to dump and chase. What was his milestone game this year?
300.
There you go. In tandem. I love it, guys.
We know our stats.
I know you do. That's the key here.
In fact, he was on the team last time the Swarm had won a championship was all the way back in 2011. So it's been a while for this Botany side.
I believe he was captain for 19 years.
Wow. So Cole bringing it in across the blue line and taken immediately away as the Swarm getting a line change out there. Dalmato and March back out. Shot. And Harrison with a stop. Good wrister there. I believe that was McCarg, but I'm not sure who it was that took it. I think it was actually McCullum that took that one. Let's see here.
And more importantly, no rebound from Grace here.
Yeah, good form. And you notice, again, she's out of the goal again. That's exactly kind of what ends up being a problem if you get that random puck. but so far so good. Nolan Ross with the puck now. He gives it up high. True with it. Cam True gets his shot knocked away. And now the Swarm try to throw it deep. McDonald did his best, but it turns around. Harrison with it, goes over the blue line. Will he hold up? No, he's going to go around and loses the puck. Sandoy with the good defense there and the physical presence. And that's going to come out. Picosdi again. And then passed away to McDonald. Shot by McDonald. That is wide of the target. He's being untangled with a stick, and the Stampede come out 2-on-3. McCullum with a shot. Misses wide. Hits the glass, comes out quickly. And Devlin throws it back in. Takes a hit for his troubles. And the Swarm reset.
Good energy again from that young line with Marcus McDonald.
Simon getting circled backwards on the forecheck there. Ruski Jones doing a good job, but Simon gets all the way to the other corner of the rink, and then he gives up the puck. McCarg with it. Bounces it off the wall. Wimmer gets there first, stays in neutral. Simon gets it back for a moment. They fight for it. And Amston loses that one, but it goes behind, and the Stampede have the puck. Devlin to collect it. He gets whacked as the puck gets right near him. That goes in front. Chance shot. Big rebound. Glove movement. And that puck went forward. They did not call it down, and we continue on here. Wimmer with it.
Again, a little bit of desperation in front of the net, using a stick, using a glove, anything to get it back towards the twine.
Anything that'll work, but it is Colin McIntosh beating that icing again. He goes in front. Chance. Oh, and a good move by Carroll defensively, because that was a dangerous opportunity for the Stampede. Another shot from a hard angle. Sandoy now has it as McRae didn't get the rebound he was looking for. Stays in. Davis Ross with a shot and a stop. Save by Harrison.
Yeah, all set up with some good speed again by the Stampede in transition.
Seeing the replay now of that chance by Kozak, some chaos in front of that. Bali whacking at it. That entire play was set up by Bali making a big hit in the corner to force a turnover.
And that is one way to slow down speed, is to increase the physicality.
And that's the choice they're going to have to make as the Swarm come out over the blue line. Simon with it, hits the brakes, lets the puck go just a little bit, and it's going to be turned back around. Here comes Freer. Freer up the right side. Leaves it behind. Teammate not there. Cole's got it. Cole with a long pass. Goes out to neutral. Clean pass up to March. Up to Hopkinson now. Go over the line. Hopkinson with a shot. Rebound. And that's exactly what they're looking for. But March didn't have enough time to knock that one home. And they get the puck back at neutral. They reset. Thuler with it. Sends it to the other side. Sandoy with a long pass to Hopkinson. Now to Cole. They come in. They are offside. But apparently they touched it there, and they call it whistle dead, and it'll be offsides against the Swarm.
Yeah, as we talked about, Aston Brooks struggling a little bit with some of those rebounds. That's not the sort of rebound you want to give up. You want to absorb that into your chest, but his defense came and helped him out.
And that's been a theme of the series so far. The defense for the Stampede have been there to bail everybody out. A couple on the forecheck and a deflection. That was dangerous.
This time Aston Brooks bailing out his defenseman who was looking at the wrong goal.
Yeah, McDonald again, the little spark plug honey badger trying to make at least something happen for the Swarm.
McCullum goes forward up to Ross. Ross breaks through. Chance can't get the shot off. Takes a high shot and a very good block.
Save. She got her glove on that one.
There's a stop in play here. There's going to be, looks like maybe a gear or equipment problem for Harrison, which is going to get them a stop in play, but there will be no change.
Seeing that on the replay now, Grace on her belly. Gets the glove up, and just
does get a bit on it as well.
What a save by Grace Harrison.
Face-off won by the Swarm. Wimmer has it. He sends it around. Fontaine's going to be there at the half boards. He's going to carry it out of the zone, 2-on-4. Looking up, trying to go through some defenders, but it goes left instead. Leaves it behind for Picosdi. Picosdi gives it up, and it'll be Dalmatau getting to the puck for a moment. And now the Stampede have it. They move it out of the zone. Same situation, 2-on-4. They bring it across. Colin McIntosh giving it up. Shot! And McRae's shot stopped and gloved for a stop by Harrison.
Yeah, another save in the gut. So when you see a goalie making a lot of saves with their gut and chest, that means their positioning is on point. These Stampede players, they can pick corners. They're not intentionally doing that. So good to see from Grace. She is locked in.
Too many shots from the slot, though, that are uncontested, though.
That's right. The Swarm will need to tighten up.
And the Swarm win that face-off. Pekosny trying to get rid of it. Nice to gets it back, and he's going to skate it out into neutral. Gives up the pass. Kozak trying to chase it down. Stampede there first. Giving back to Kozak in front. Chance. Carroll couldn't take a swing at it. I don't know if the stick was lifted or not. Shot comes in off the blue line.
Yeah, that's just a great defensive play by McIntosh to break that up.
And that's going to send somebody to the box. Immediately out is a delay of game coming up against McRae.
So 2 minutes, 17 seconds left in this period, and up to 2 minutes of power play time for the Swarm. Great opportunity for them to build some momentum going into the second period. They're loading up Evan Carroll, Pekosny, Luke Simon on the point, Kozak on the wing. They've got the big guns out here. Reed Cole is going to go directly to the net as well to provide the screen.
And it's the Stampede getting the puck first. They cannot clear it, though. Simon throws it low, and they go across the ice. Pekosny getting it, and they set up the power play here. They're going to move it around. Kind of a stretch diamond for the Stampede power penalty kill. Goes out high. Over to Carroll. Carroll's bothered there on the side. It's Devlin taking him all the way to the wall. And he's going to turn around. Gets a shot. That gets deflected. Stays in play. Goes in front to the crease. Another chance. Simon with a shot. High shot goes too high over the crossbar. They get it back. Pekosny with it. Out to Simon again at the blue line. He walks
Delay
in.
Penalty coming. Grace is out.
There's a shot and a goal.
Bolland Pekosny with the one-timer.
There was a penalty on the board. That means there will be a penalty that continues through here. They will not get rid of both of them. And it is 2-1 to the Stampede. Swarmer on the board, cut it in half.
That is the look you want to see for the Swarm. Bolland has an excellent one-timer. He gets open. Luke Simon feeds him right in his wheelhouse, and he wires it home with Reed Cole buzzing around the net, being a pest in front of Aston Brooks. See if Aston Brooks got a good look at it. I think he did. That is, did Reed Cole maybe get a touch on that? Did you see a deflection?
It could have been. I don't know, but he might have been playing for that.
I think it might have possibly been Reed Cole that got a touch on that. Hopefully we'll see a replay again.
So if we can, there's a quick break in action. There's some scorekeeping admin going on here because it's still 5-on-4, and it will be a new 2 minutes on the board.
Yeah, seen on the replay now. Let's have a look. Did Reed Cole get his stick on that, or was that just a clean one-timer by Bali? Oh, and I don't think we'll see the close-up, but you make your decision. Let us know in the chat what you thought was the cause of that goal. Was it a deflection or a clean one-timer from Bali?
So a fresh 2-minute power play here for the Swarm to try to even things up.
And McDonald gives it up. Dalmanto has it now, and this is the Swarm's chance to tie this one up on the power play. They continue on with the skater advantage. Just over a minute to go. Sando is going to dump and chase. They throw it around. True's there first. They flip it all the way out, and there's a chance here as Ross comes up the right side. He's going to hold up, but a chance to go shorthanded. Shot. McCullum misses. Shot, and a big save by Harrison.
Fantastic movement on the recovery there from Harrison to shut the door on an open net.
As we can see, she's playing very aggressive out of her net. Then she's able to get back there and get a shoulder on that one.
Not only get back there, but get back there square and in position.
That's
Instead
right.
of reaching, makes the save off the shoulder.
Minute to go here in the first period. Pekosny with it, and he gives it to Simon, and the Swarm set up their power play. 53 seconds to go in the period. Penalty goes over a little bit more than that. Carroll takes the line. He skates it through halfway, gives it back to the point. Pekosny to Simon again, out at the blue line. He skates it in again, takes the shot, shin blocked, and it goes out of the zone. They have to reset. Carroll puts it on the other side of the ice. Line stays out there. They come in. Offside? I think that's what they called, was offside.
Yeah, I think maybe referee being a little bit hasty there. I mean, these blue lines are hard to see out there. They're quite faint.
Well,
so it
you have
did
to
look
give
like
him,
Reed Cole got out, but Give them the benefit of the doubt.
You always have to give them the benefit of the doubt because that paint is a bit blurry. But anyway, they take it over, come right in the zone immediately. Cole with a shot. That's knocked aside. It was Burns in the way of that one, but it was dangerous through the slot. And now the Swarm are swarming and buzzing around. Cole gives it up. Out to Simon now. Carroll. Simon. Simon stays high. They stay in the diamond. High shot that goes only as far as, who was that? Amston with the block there. That goes over to Carroll. Across the ice. Out to Simon's one-timer. And that goes through. And the buzzer sounds for the first period. Sustained pressure right at the end, but the clock saves the Stampede.
So the Swarm will have 26 seconds to work with on fresh ice going into the second period. And a good closeout. That's exactly what they were looking for to try to get some momentum back in this one.
That's right. I think Coach Kevin Simon will be really happy with his team's response there towards the end of that period. They pushed back against the Stampede, got that goal back, and good looks on that last power play to wrap up this period. So they've got some momentum going into the second.
And really impressive from the Stampede is just how many shots they blocked that period. The Swarm did have some opportunities, especially late, but they were just getting bodies in front of everything, it felt like.
Yeah, they did, and even a few times, I think it was either Luke Simon or Leonard were able to get a shot through the first line, through the wingers coming up against them, but then they had another defenseman to block the shot before it got to Aston Brooks, and they did really well when they blocked those shots to retaliate, to push back against the Swarm, to get that counterattack going, and they generated a lot of good chances off the rush. Grace had to be sharp to bail out her team quite a few times, as we saw even on that power play there. Had to make a really good save, shorthanded, sliding back, making that shoulder save.
She's had to be on her game big time because the Stampede, with that speed, are just creating, like you said, so many opportunities. Even on the PK, they sent 3 guys into the zone on that transition play.
Yeah, they're saving grace for the team. And so I think we're going to have an interview coming up just now. We'll cut to Matt Chavez.
Reflection on that first period. We've got Matt with Colin McIntosh standing by.
Here with Colin McIntosh of the Stampede. Colin, it's a good start, but they kind of clawed their way back in there. Was it the feeling that it's kind of getting away a little at the end of the first period there, or did it feel like a solid start and you're still there working your system?
It's just good hockey right now, right? Playoff hockey. Both teams have nothing to lose. Last 5 minutes we took obviously 2 penalties, resulted in their goal. But yeah, boys are battling, they're battling. No complaints.
No complaints, and you have the lead. Good penalty kills so far. You've been on it quite a bit. But let's talk early on about the offense. Kind of falling your way, a lot of open shots to start with. They actually stopped a few that were pretty amazing, but you guys did capitalize. Is that about where you thought this would be right now?
Yeah, obviously every game we hope to have offense. Both teams are, cheating here and there, so there are a lot of open opportunities. Grace has made, 5-6 game-saving saves, so yeah, hats off to her. Brooke saves. Just, nothing more than playoff hockey right now.
All right. Colin McIntosh from the Stampede. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, you heard it from Colin there, giving credit to Grace, who did play fantastic in that period, but they're still up 2-1.
Yeah, that's right. The Swarm are going to be happy with their goaltender. She struggled a bit yesterday. Great bounce back game. Memory like a goldfish, as she says. She's forgotten everything. And the first save of the game, let's not forget, was a breakaway. She made a massive breakaway save and has made 5 or 6 more to keep her team in it.
Yeah, the Swarm in a position that, as McIntosh said, where they want to be. They like being up a goal, if you can believe it or not, after one. So stick around. We still got more hockey to play. Second period coming up shortly.
here with Prime Minister Chris Luxon. Chris, glad to have you at the game tonight.
Great to
Enjoying
be
it.
here. Oh, absolutely, mate. No, absolutely love it. It's played Swarm versus Stampede then, and no, it's an incredible game. I Canada for 3 years, and so I spent a lot of evenings at the Air Canada Centre, you know, cheering on the Toronto Maple Leafs for no luck at all the whole time I lived there. But Joyce and I really got into the game. It's just awesome to see it growing here in New Zealand as well, and just the young kids I've been talking to that have got into skating and then got into.
Yeah, and I guess it's important to tell everybody you are Prime Minister, but you are also MP for Botany, so you are here rooting for the team.
I had to explain to the Stampede as I went out for the national anthem, guys, I am the MP for Botany, so that's my first loyalty tonight. So if we can get up tonight, that'll be great. We'll go to a third one, but that'll be really great to see the Swarm come through. I think it'll be great.
All right, well, welcome to the game, and thanks for coming. And
thanks, mate. Great to be with you.
All right,
Enjoy
we'll
it.
see you.
See
Thank you.
Take care.
Koto, welcome back everybody to Botany, the Hive, home of the Swarm in Auckland. And we've just been through the first period of ice hockey action here. And boy, guys, it really turned into a kind of a turnaround. Like it felt like the Stampede were going to start out like they did yesterday with a couple of goals, but right at the end it turned around and the Swarm are right back in this thing.
We've got ourselves a battle. The Swarm gave up 2 quick goals, but they fought back, getting a power play goal towards the end of the period there, and now they have an opportunity to maybe even try to tie things up going in here into the second.
Bartok, do you see anything? It was pretty much like a change in the Swarm like in the last 5 minutes, or was it really down to the fact that the Stampede started taking a couple of penalties?
Yeah, I think it was the penalties. The Swarm, they pushed hard the whole first period. I think the Stampede, one thing they did really well was actually make it really difficult for the Swarm to get clean zone entries. As we saw, the Swarm had to dump and chase a lot, which is not their preference. They're not the biggest team, especially their forwards, and forcing them to dump and chase, something the Stampede did really well to limit their chances. And on the power play, the Swarm able to get those clean zone entries, get some good looks at net.
All right, well, we'll take a look at some of the replays coming up here as far as the first period action. And we'll get this.
Here's the goal by McCray. Just gives it a little tappy, tap, tap, tap-a-roo. And that's all it needed after this deflection. Just found his stick like a magnet.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can get that deflection. And that's exactly what it is. So once it's deflected from this side, you see Harrison's all the way out. And that So, Bartek, do you think that's exactly where she should be in this case, this far out, or should she be playing that a little bit further back?
So,
would it matter?
That's her style. She plays very aggressive, that sort of Jonathan Quick style. And I mean, if that was a deflection, there's nothing she can really do. She's reading shot the whole way, and she's correctly reading shot, making herself big. So we'll see that now here. Was it deflected? Yeah, it was deflected right off of Remy Sandoy's skate. So, I mean, she's set and ready for the shot. Even if she was a bit deeper, that's going to be tough because once you get your feet set and you're ready to go down, it's hard to push over like that. So that's just a tough break for her there.
There you go. Let's take a look at the second goal here for the Stampede. And we go over to here. So toe drag here and just moving through, and then again the deflection it looked like, or an off shot.
So you see with Nolan here, he just sucks the whole defenders. You have 3 guys that were just staring at him right there, just leaving a wide open space back door.
Is there any reason to triple team a player in the slot like that at all?
Never, especially when you only have 4 people on the ice. So what you need to do is have a more aggressive and structured box in that instance where people aren't just chasing the puck, hold their positions, and able to force them around to the outside instead of being able to get so close into that danger zone.
Yeah, I think Leonard Wimmer, the young defenseman there, got sucked in as well and missed his coverage. I think that should have been Leonard's man there. But I mean, really good work by the Stampede player, driving into the slot and drawing coverage to him. And there we see that big save by Grace Harrison with the shoulder. That was a short-handed save, giving her team a chance. And I think they scored not long after.
If we have any young goalies at home, just watch this skating here. Big push over from Harrison with those strong legs to cut that off. That is exactly how you draw it up.
So a neat tip for anyone watching. So if you're wondering, how does Grace slide so well? So she put 3M tape on her pads. So 3M film is usually applied to cars to protect paint jobs or decals, and she's applied it to her pads so she can get some good slide on this ice. So common mod if you've got a car shop near you that can do that for your goalie pads.
So we have the second period coming up as the Swarm are just exiting the locker room here. They still have their work cut out for them because the Stampede were very, very tough to deal with in that period. They had speed up and down the ice, capitalizing on basically every mistake. So it's going to have to be clean coming out forward for the Swarm.
Yeah, now let's reset just a little bit. There was a penalty that happened during the play where the power play was scored. So there was a reset. It's still a power play for the Swarm. I think it's roughly a minute and a half, give or take.
I think it was
26 seconds.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
look at the math guy again. Now I'm gonna keep him. No, I gotta stop running that joke into the ground. But the most important thing here, 5-on-4 to start with. They just can't get a little bit overcommitted in this shorter power play once they get started. So anyway, we'll get back to that, guys. Let me know how we're doing on the special teams here.
Yeah, power plays to start a period tend to fizzle out just because both teams are coming out cold, but we'll see if the Swarm can make anything of it.
But in their advantage, they got the fresh ice, so smoother passes here.
That's right.
If they can get it together.
Yeah, a little bit wet, but the Stampede get rid of it first, and now the Swarm coming in their offensive zone on the other side. Coming through here, Kozak around the ring. Goes out to Simon at the point. Simon stays high, passes across the ice. And that comes back to Kokoski. Shot, and that is a good save there by Brooks. Sent low into the corner, and now Nolan Ross has it on a 2-on-3-on-2 here if they hurry. That goes back to Sofer. Sofer can't take the shot. Davis with it, and it's in front of score. Harrison got hit, but the puck still ended up in the back of the net. Shorthanded goal for the Stampede.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Harrison. Makes a fantastic save all alone in the slot, but the rebound from behind the net actually goes off one of the Swarm defenders, and that opens up the lead.
Now I'm not sure. I think we were out of the power play at that point, so I said shorthanded, but it was a 5-on-5, and because of that, I think it was the Swarm got a little bit out of position because they had somebody coming off the expiring penalty, and that's where the 3-on-2 started.
Yeah, as we can see on the replay, I think it went off Kozak's skate there.
Off the skate of Kozak.
Trying to get back. Very unfortunate bounce.
So all the bounces are going the Stampede's way so far, but sometimes you got to create your own luck.
Yeah, they've definitely had the puck luck created or otherwise granted by the hockey gods. And it is 3-1 now for the Stampede.
So the initial face-off went out of play, and McIntosh wanted it at center ice, but it's actually going to go off the offside dot. Administrative question there, but McIntosh loses that face-off. Swarm with it. They send it in. Shot on goal. Brooks leaves it alone. Amston sends it around the boards. Goes as far as Freer, then stays in at the point, but comes back out. 3-on-3. Colin McIntosh with the puck. Brings it in the zone. And they fight for it. McDonald with a good job hitting it off the glass. It does come out to neutral. And at the reset, and they fight for it. And kind of just spins there on the fresh ice. And now Wimmer's going to go chase it down as the Stampede go for a change. Wimmer with a long pass up to McDonald. McDonald bothered at the blue line there. And it's Anston hitting it, hits the glass and goes out. It is deflected and will be a face-off.
So a chance for the Swarm to win this one, get some pucks on Aston Brooks, and try and claw back this 2-goal deficit here. Shots are 13-10 for the Stampede, so both teams pretty even with the shots, but Stampede ahead on goals.
3-1 to score, and the Stampede with the puck again. They win another face-off, and it's Cam True with it. True sends it behind to McCollum. McCollum trying to get rid of it, gets it out to neutral, gives it up. It's going to go the length of the ice. Will they go for? No, they're not going to count this as icing. You can hear from the bench, they're not thrilled about that. Hopkinson has it. He's looking to get rid of it. Looked at March for a moment, then chose the other direction to Simon. Simon goes through, leaves it for March, and that wiggles its way just back out to neutral. They'll have to do it again. Hay with it. Hay brings it in. Hay sends it around the boards. March is there first. He's in the corner. Holds on to the puck. And the Stampede there to take it away from him. Hopkinson joins the fight. They send it around. Goes back to Cole. And then Simon plays this puck. He was going off the ice, and in order to avoid a penalty, he plays it, and he pays the price as he goes into the turnbuckle on that side. Big hit. They throw it deep. Harrison looks at it, lets it go. Simon pays the price for that one. They send the puck around, and Kozak flips it out. Does it go out? It does go out. It is offside, and that's the call.
You can see Harrison thought about going out to get it, but I think she realized that's the Zamboni door side, and that Zamboni door is very active and chaotic here in Botany. Didn't want to risk it.
Active is a good way of calling it. I think the other word might be random.
Yeah, it is extremely unpredictable, that Zamboni door.
Chaos.
Complete chaos.
Chaos indeed. Nolan Ross with the win on the faceoff. And Davis throws it in. It's deflected in, but it goes where he wants it. And the Swarm trying to get a hold of that puck, but they keep it in. Stampede with it. Nolan sending it low. Harrison on the circle. Ross kicking it around. Davis Ross losing that one. And they send it back in. Sofer goes deep. Fueler collects it for the Swarm. 3 on the forecheck here. An aggressive play by the Stampede. And they're having trouble getting that puck into the zone. They do exactly that. They just throw it in, go for the change. Fontaine back out. He's going to get the puck on the half boards. He gets there first, holds on to it, goes behind the net, looking for a passing lane. Nobody in the middle there for him. He leaves it behind, goes for the give and go. He gets to the puck, but just gets his stick lifted. And now Sandoy has it, and he's going to send it back in momentarily. And it'll be picked up by Burns. He sends it the length of the ice. Do they call for icing here? Yes, they do go for icing on this one. And the Ross line will stay out there for just a bit more.
And it looks like the young line is coming out for the Swarm with Ivan, Dalmatau, Jackson staying out there. So it'll be Dalmatau, Jackson, and Mark McDonald with 2 young defensemen, Leonard Wimmer and Luke Simon out there. I don't think anyone here is over 21 or 22.
Yeah, it's a young line, that's for sure. The referee's getting tired of the delays, though. That's definitely on the mind of the guys with the orange cuffs. We'll see if that plays into anything going forward here. Simon has the puck behind the net. Freer on the forecheck. He gets bumped away, but that puck only goes as far as McRae. That was that onside, and it doesn't matter. It goes over the blue line. Fontaine with it, goes through a couple of players. Fontaine 2-on-2 shot. And that gets knocked away. High stick play there. I think Dalmato played that a little bit high, but it doesn't matter. Goes to Brooks, and he holds on to it.
Yeah, great hands by Dalmato nonetheless. This youth with a little bit of speed here, trying to get something going, but so far, nothing yet this period.
Yeah, moving towards that slot area a little bit more, right? So he jumped the face off here. That was to let McIntosh off the ice, I think. Devlin trying to jump the circle, and once again, face-off's the story. Stampede get control, and despite getting knocked into the boards, it's Simon with it, and the Swarm get going here. It's just Simon having a hard time getting away from the card. Pass forward, Hopkinson dumping it in. A couple of changes here for the Swarm coming up, and that one goes back to the Stampede. 2-on-2 developing. They go over the blue line. Good defense there. Wimmer with a good play at the half boards. Cole comes in to sneak the puck away. And then that goes around. And as far as the blue line, Devlin with a shot off the board, more of a shot pass. Didn't catch anybody. And then Harrison with a good stretch there to stop that. And that's going to turn around. It's a 1-on-3. Don't expect anything here other than just a change. But it was enough for Cole to do that, and now the Stampede are hemmed in a little bit. That puck stays in. Kozak sending it around. Nobody home. It'll be Harrison getting there, and a big hit on that far board.
Young player pays the price there to keep it in.
And they leave it around to Pekozdi. Pekozdi with it. Sent back out. Loses an edge, and then it's a 2-on-3. Shot and a glove save.
Nice catch by
Waiting
Grace.
for some play. I just want to make sure a whistle happened there because everybody did back off, but that's one that they tend to let go once in a while, and you got to be careful when the goaltender drops the puck there.
Yeah. I think it's just too loud in here. The fans are so rowdy, we can barely hear the whistles.
It is coming really loud and fast here. And the Swarm win this one. Good face-off win for them.
Switch of a forecheck here, a little bit of a 1-2-2 from the Stampede. Just going to try to slow things down and try to cut them off in the neutral zone.
And you're right, they've succeeded in doing that.
And it's the Swarm with the puck, trying to get out of the zone. Sandoy does exactly that. He passes it forward. That's sent in dump and chase, and it'll be picked up by McCullum. And he gets that around to Mitchell Freer, to his brother Lachlan Freer. He kind of just smashed it up against the board unexpectedly. It stays in. There's a penalty coming up here, and it is against the Swarm for high sticking. Guys, I didn't see that one personally.
I didn't catch it either. Hopefully we'll see that on the replay. So I think
Yeah, that was
referees
right
are
there.
deciding who's going out. Maybe it's Kozak. Looks like it's Andre Kozak.
It is Kozak. Yep.
For a high stick.
So 2 minutes on the board against the Swarm, and that's going to be a tough ask.
So the Stampede, again, with that potent power play, getting back out there, and this is a danger zone for the Swarm. They cannot afford to go down.
Another penalty coming up. They're going to go down 5-3 here. Or, yeah, 5-3, and it's an interference call. McIntosh went down hard, and maybe we'll see it here as well, but
Stefan Thuler coming off, I think.
It's going to be a tough one. Thuler going off for interference.
Yeah, that quick right off the draw.
The Swarm will be killing a 5-on-3.
You can see him, maybe an interference.
I think
Tries to tie up McIntosh, and McIntosh hit the deck.
Maybe lost an edge there. It didn't look like it was a very hard bump, but.
And they pick up the face-off out to Davis Ross. 5-on-3 here. This is going to be a game changer if the Swarm hold this one off.
Absolute critical point of this game.
Out high to Davis, out to Jet McCullum, shot, and that does not get through. Do they clear it? No, they don't. Yes, they do. It goes out halfway.
Big block and clearance by Remy Sandoy there.
It comes back in the zone. Davis leaves it behind. C-Mac leaves it. McCullum gives it back to him. Big wind-up shot, deflection. Oh, and a rebound that went right to McCray, and he missed the target. They continue with the puck. It goes back out to Ross. McCullum with a pass. McCray sits there. They try to go through the crease, and that puck keeps going to the wall. Davis Ross with it skating. Leaves the low pass this time. Cycles back a little bit high. Moving out, and they're kind of closing in, making that triangle disappear. That low shot goes into the corner with a deflection, and they reset. Ross with it with...
Swarm need a change bad right now.
Yes. And he keeps walking in. Ross with a pass and a shot and a goal. Another one for C-Mac as Davis Ross with an excellent assist goes for that left pipe, holds on to it, dangles it, sends it back to the slot, and knocked in by none other than C-Mac.
Yeah, that's tough. Like you said, they needed a change desperately. Remy Sandoy was out there for quite a while, made a big block earlier, wasn't able to get his stick on that pass, and that's just a tap-in goal. Nothing Grace can do there.
Well, that makes it 4-1 in favor of the Stampede, and the Swarm, they are still down one skater here. Thuler's still in the box for 46 seconds as they get back underway, and this is danger period time for the Swarm as they are seeing this game slip away. Fontaine takes it in 1-on-2. They're still looking for the shorthander here, so he kind of holds back, and the Swarm back off into their penalty kill. McIntosh comes in, takes a shot, shins blocking it. It's Wimmer in front. Fontaine trying to get to it, goes as far as the point. Amston with it, leaves it behind. Cross ice to McCullum, back to Amston. Jet McCullum walking it in, takes a pass, goes ahead, eye high on the crease. Amston with a big blast, and that gets rejected just as quickly. They try to get it out of the zone. The Stampede with a change here and a legitimate chance if they can move it up. Shot, deflection, but Dalmato trying to make something happen. Penalty is over. It has expired. We're back to 5-on-5. That's passed to the side. Pekosdy with it. Pekosdy coming up the right side. Holds on to the puck, looking to get rid of it. Trying to do that. That puck goes up and hits the netting, and we get a stop in play.
Ivan holding his face, maybe got a stick or maybe an elbow to the jaw. Seeing that on the replay now, big save by Grace, and the Swarm able to clear and get some offense going.
Face-off coming. Carroll's going to take this one. He beats McCard. Pekosdy with it, shot, and that stopped. Looking to try to get that one a little bit under the glove, and didn't miss by much.
Yeah, Brooks hasn't seen much rubber recently, but he was on point for that one.
Nice alliteration there. Yeah, it's sometimes tough as a goaltender if you're not facing very many shots. His feet are probably getting a little bit cold back there.
Ross getting it around to Devlin. It's held in by Thuler for a moment. It does stay in. Great pass by Carroll between the legs. And they move it over to Sandoy with a shot. That's deflected into the wall. Come around. That is held by Pekosdy. Thuler with a whiff. Devlin sending that one out. That will go for an icing as Prokosdy gets back in time.
The theme continues of the Stampede, getting sticks and bodies in front of shots. We had Remy Sandoy there, top of the slot, and just not able to get it through as the Stampede players getting their sticks in the way.
And those are the little things a championship level team will do, winning the races to pucks, getting sticks in passing lanes, because every little bit will add up.
Swarm win that faceoff. Kozak with a shot. Puck goes over to the Stampede, and they move that out. Risky Jones with it, loses it at the halfway line. Simon throwing it back in. Freer's going to collect it, goes back to Brooks, who settles it. Upset by Prokosdy as he's kind of throwing everything at it. He loses his stick. Stays in for the moment. Simon throwing it back in. Prokosdy, no, that's March there. And March holding on to it, goes to the point. And that's Kazanov. And Kazanov pushing it forward. It's the Stampede picking it up. Davis Ross doing another great job defensively. Good hands on him. And it's Dylan Devlin getting it out of the zone. Comes back to March. March cross-check there. No real call there. The arm stays down, and that puck travels to Sofer. Sofer with a good move. Great save by Grace Harrison.
Once again, Harrison is there. Had to make so many big saves so far in this one. And this just sneaks behind the defender. Sofer coming out of the bench. Able to make a move, but again, Harrison.
The saving grace for the team in this period, keeping them in this one.
That hasn't gone unnoticed, Bartek. Pays off one by the Stampede, but it goes, and then it quickly goes out. That is deflected, I believe.
Oh, it looks like they're sending Reed to the box. Looked like, let's see on the replay, was it deflected?
They had sent Cole off immediately for delay game here.
So tough one for the Swarm. They're going to need to kill this one off. Have to be really aware of those passes from the Stampede as they're getting sucked into shot blocks and not covering the open net.
It's McRae in the corner. Gives it up. McIntosh gives it back to McRae. Gets it behind the net. Shot! And a good deflection there. Nolan Ross getting that one in on Harrison.
Yeah, the Stampede are basically getting what they want on the power play, which is working through that middle guy in the 5 of dice, in this case, Nolan Ross. It was really the danger zone.
They go in low and set up the umbrella here as they skate back out. It's Jet McCullum with it on the far side. Holding on to it, they switch sides. Now down low and left. McRae looking, McRae deciding to go across ice. It gets picked off by Marsh, but Marsh gets a good bounce, and that goes the length of the ice. They're going to have to make a quick change here as Brooks is setting up the turnaround, but just enough of a forecheck to get some interference, just enough to get this slowed down, but the Stampede come back in. Swarm trying to check up on it. Dalmato getting out on that point and disrupting. McCullum now takes it inside the zone, up to McRae again. Shot through the crease. Just kind of deflects to the other side. High box, and it's stretched out, but nobody in the middle here. It's McRae just coming close. Now McCullum walks in. Shot, that's deflected. Simon with a good work there, and he skates it out himself. He's going to go 3-on-3 here. Gains the zone, holds on to it. Shot deflected. McCullum gets a piece of it, goes out of play.
Good rush by Luke Simon, making that block and then driving into the Stampede zone, but he gets surrounded, isn't able to connect with Carroll or get a rebound off Baston Brooks.
Yeah, definitely ate a bit of rubber on that one. Maybe got the juices flowing because he needed him going end to end with those legs and trying to make something happen shorthanded.
31 seconds to go on the power play for the Stampede. They have the puck. It's Amston, eyes up, looking around for that pass. He goes up the middle, and that goes through past Harrison to Harrison. Not to be confused, it is Connor being stopped by Grace in that case. And that gets a face-off in the offensive zone for the Stampede. They've got 19 seconds on the man advantage.
Louise in the chat saying, commentary is so one-sided. Hey, we've got a South Islander here with Matt Chavez commenting for us.
One-sided? Who said that? Anyway, Amston with it. Amston with a low shot. That one just kind of fired in. Harrison holding on to it, and the screen in front of her did a good job of getting away from it to see that puck all the way in.
You can see the benefit of that 3M tape as Grace goes sliding way out of the net.
Ouch. I'm hurt personally by that one. Anyway, who cares? It's hockey. Off we go. Fontaine with it, gives it up. They go through the zone here. Down the toe with it. Down the toe, out to Sandoy. Sandoy, penalty over. The 5 skaters back on the ice. Amston now has it, and they look to exit the zone. Knocked away. Devlin throwing it deep. Looks like it will not go for icing here. That's deflected away. They're asking for it, and that's a very close to a steal in a desperate spot. And now the Swarm fans asking for a lot. Wimmer.
And they're going to get that penalty as well. So power play upcoming here for the Swarm. Sofer got his stick into the midsection just a little too deep, so he's going to go off for a hook.
Well, there you go.
And good battle by Leonard to keep his feet moving and draw that call. So big chance here for the Swarm to try and get back into this game, as it is 4-1 with 6 minutes and 57 seconds left. If they can get one here, we've got a game on our hands going into the third period.
Well, it is the clock running down. That is the enemy of the Swarm, but they are known to pick up goals in a hurry if they can do that. Right now, it's the Stampede holding fort and holding serve with one hand on that trophy, really. They are Swarm with it. Carroll looking to give that up. Simon gives it back. Simon with his eyes off it for a moment, has the puck back, skates in, shot by Carroll high over the glove, stays in the zone. Pekosdi with it, sends it low. Skating around is Cole, leaves it behind for Pekosdi. Pekosdi to Simon. All the way over to Carroll, who walks it in. Other side, Pekosdi couldn't pull the trigger right away, and Brooks has an easy save as they try to switch the ice and couldn't do it in time.
Wasn't quite in his wheelhouse. We saw Carroll looking for Pekosdi. That connection between the two imports makes a nice pass over, but not able to put in his wheelhouse for the one-timer, as Pekosdi has to control it first.
They're really backing in that box, too. They're just not letting anybody skate in, or they're actually kind of daring them to skate in a little bit. But thus far, the Swarm kind of accepting the fact that they can still shoot from the blue line with no problems. We'll see if they do exactly the same thing here. That's pass forward to Pekosdi and stop in play.
Skips over into the bench, and we'll get a face-off just outside the blue line.
54 seconds to go on the power play. Joel, are you seeing anything as far as tactics here that you kind of see adjustments? Anything that's striking your fancy here?
Well, it's going to be puck movement in that offensive zone. As you saw with their good opportunity with Polozny, is trying to get Brooks moving side to side, and maybe they could have get one extra pass, as we've seen the Stampede do all night to get that open look.
What a good move by Fontaine, but when he takes the shot, it goes over the bar. They keep it in the zone, though. Sandoy with it at the high line, and you can see they're coming out a little bit deeper this time, but the Stampede giving up a lot of room, waiting for the Swarm to do something here. McDonald gives it up. And just deciding how to do this. They give it up to Fontaine, not on the tape here. He picks it up anyways. And they're playing catch on the outer blue line, waiting to find something. Now he skates in. Fontaine with a shot, deflected. McDonald's going to get there first, but it's a fight for the puck in that corner. Dalmato picking it out, and it goes around the backside, but whipped around, and a good play by Sandoy catching it off the boards. Excellent hands. Johnson down to Dalmato in front crease, and it is the Stampede getting rid of this. Icing is in play as it is 5-on-5, and they'll get a stop.
Nice move by Dalmato there to create a chance. We're seeing that on the replay now. Tries to drive in front. Brooks gets a blocker on it. And good penalty kill by the Stampede. They've maintained their structure, not really given the Swarm anything to work with other than that little chance there and the one we saw from Ballin Pekosdi earlier.
They do have tired legs out there with that icing, unable to change, so they're going to look to get it out of the zone any way they can.
And they do exactly that. Stampede throw it in and go for the change. Swarm pick up the puck. Simon sending it back behind and work that puck out for an offensive chance. A shot by Thuler hits the board, comes out quickly. McRae with it, lead pass up to Freer. Freer with a shot, deflected into the corner. Good save there. McRae gets there first with the corner, and they hold the puck. Stampede with it. Amston's got it. McIntosh sits with it, and that goes out of the zone. Amston has to recollect, and the Stampede tag up, and it's Simon and Thuler with the puck in the back and trying to work that out. 3 on the forecheck here. They've got to move that quickly or they're going to get caught behind again. That pass goes across ice, picked off. McIntosh just waiting in the lane there for it. Pekosdy's going to get there first, and they go for a change again and get fresh legs for the Stampede. Swarm looking to move this out. They hold up. Pekosdy spins back. Simon has it, takes the line, and he holds on to it into the corner, looking for a pass, goes out to the point. Carroll holds on to it just barely, and he passes it, goes low. Wimmer loses it, and it's he's going to get it back. No, he's not. It stays with Kozak. Out to Sandoy. Sandoy shot blocked.
Another blocked shot by the Stampede.
And Wimmer's got to collect that. It's just a master class in staying in the correct lanes and not making enough space. The Swarm really need to start finding those lanes if they're going to put a charge into this one. 4-1 the score. Shot by Kozak, deflected and out of play for a face-off.
Another block. They've done so well to protect that slot, getting in those lanes, getting sticks on pucks, getting bodies in front of pucks. Swarm really struggling to get those shots through.
Yeah, and that's where you talk about the shot stats again. It's 22-14, but it almost feels like shots, not necessarily shots on goal, but shots are in the favor of the Swarm right now, but there are so many blocks. Anyway, that face-off goes behind the net.
I think Brooks made a save there. They finally got a puck on net.
And a shot by Fontaine, and he scores! It just goes over the glove, and Jackson Fontaine gets it back to a 4-2 deficit.
I think that was a bit of a fluttering puck, and we saw Marcus McDonald right in front of Aston Brooks, and I think Aston Brooks was expecting a tip from Marcus, and the puck just floats right over Marcus's stick and fools Aston Brooks, as we're seeing right here. Yep, so he thinks there's a deflection coming, and I think he misses the puck as a result.
Yeah, a bit of a break there for the Swarm, but they will take it to get back into this one, and now it's just a 2-goal game.
I don't think Marcus got a stick on it. It looked like it was cleanly through, but I think Aston Brooks expected that he was going to get a touch on it.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised there, guys, because if he did touch it, that was well over the shoulders.
Yeah,
but,
I don't think he did. I think Aston Brooks would want that one back.
Yeah, agreed. So 4-2 the score. A little bit of fortune going the way of the Swarm here and the effort in their side. And now it's Carroll's kind of zipping around the net. Holds on to it, but he gets it taken away. And it's the Stampede trying to get out. They do exactly that. Give it up to McRae. McRae comes over the line, 3-on-3. Gives up a pass. Shot! Oh, and that's a close one just over the crossbar. And we can barely hear ourselves in the arena here. Swarm come over the line. Pekosdy trying to get rid of it, and now it's going to be Sofer taking the board there. Kozak running him off the puck. Pekosdy gets back to the puck. Now he's knocked off, and the Swarm are going to hold it in with Sandoy at the point. They set up the offense. Sofer with a high defense, so they send it low. Pekosdy with a quick turnaround. And it was Carroll not able to pull the trigger on that one. And now the Stampede come out. Sofer throwing it deep. They go for a change. And Marcus McDonald sitting there on that blue line, watched carefully by 3 different Stampede players there. And now it's Fontaine. Fontaine, who had the initial shot back there, and they're going to call this offside against the Swarm.
Yeah, the Stampede, as usual, making it really difficult for the Swarm to get clean zone entries, forcing them to jump and chase or stopping them at the blue line. They've done that again here.
There's another look at that goal again. Just made it over the glove of Brooks.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Another offside call. We'll do that again.
So that's not a good goal for Brooks to give up. I don't think he'll be happy with that, but he was fooled a little bit by that stick of Marcus McDonald getting in the way of that puck. Thought it was going to be a deflection, I think.
Ross wins that face-off. Stampede with it. Amston getting rid of it out of the zone. That Comes off the boards funny for Devlin. Goes as far as Harrison. She knocks it away. Simon goes down. Arms stay down. Looks like he just lost an edge. Does that stay in? It does. Ross with it. He takes it away. He's 1-on-3. He's going to get a chance. Backhanded and doesn't make anything of it. But he does keep the puck inside. And the Stampede doing a good job of holding on to this in their zone. Their offensive zone. Harrison loses it. Goes out to neutral. And there's a player down, and we're going to get a stop in play. Didn't get the number on this one, guys, but somebody's not happy. I think it is Connor Harrison.
I missed that. Did you see what happened, Joel?
I'm not sure what happened. It looks like he might have taken one up towards the face region. But Harrison is back up, which is good to see.
Yeah, they're talking about something over there. The referee's having a conversation with Mitchell Freer. And they're just deciding where the faceoff goes. They've decided it's just outside the zone. It'll be an offensive dot faceoff.
So it looks like maybe a collision with Marcus McDonald. I think Marcus was the closest player at the time. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I didn't get a good look at that.
So, yeah, Harrison was going to finish his check at the wall, and it looks like he got hit maybe in the mouth because he's coming off with a little bit of blood dripping from his mouth region. So maybe definitely got caught something.
From Marcus.
And now they're back, the 5 on the ice for the Stampede, all sorted out. McCollum giving it up and getting it back. And that goes to Ross. Good pass there by McRae. Ross with a shot. Oh, and he's upended by one of the players for the Swarm. Simon coming in as Kostia gets off the ice. Shot, that goes well over the bar. Brooks trying to catch it. And that is the end of the second period. 4-2 the score. It is a 2-goal deficit that they need to overcome.
Yeah, so after 2 periods of play, Swarm still holding on in this, but they have that 2 goals that they're going to need to climb out of.
Yeah, they got a little bit lucky there with that goal. I don't think anyone expected that one to go in. So they've had a little bit of puck luck going their way now. We'll see what they can do in the third period. Generate their own luck, as you say. You got to make your own luck.
But a good period again by Harrison, but I mean, not good enough. The Stampede just clinical when you get them around the net. And if you give them any space at all, especially on the power play, they are not one to make a mistake.
Yeah, they did so well with sucking in everyone into thinking they're going to shoot, sucking those defensemen into leaving their assignments, trying to go for the shot block, and then just reversing with a pass and then a tap in into the open net. They've done that a few times today.
It's just the amount of patience that you can see that really their experience is coming through in these high pressure situations where they're able to calm down, have good visualization of that ice, see where the open man is, and finish the job.
That's right. They're an absolute dynasty. 9 out of the 10 last years, they've won the championship. And I think in a minute we'll be going to Matt Chavez to interview Kyle March when we get the go-ahead. And we'll go to him now.
Here with the Swarm, Kyle March. Kyle, it was a good, aggressive second period. You guys are kind of getting yourself back in the game. The goal's not quite coming as quickly as you want. How do we change that?
I think we just got to stick to the game plan, keep shooting on net. I mean, traffic in front of the net and good bounces go in, right? I think we get back to our cycle, get back to our hard forecheck, just keep the pedal down like we're doing. It's going to come.
Yeah, that last goal by Jackson Fontaine over there, kind of just reaching just under the bar. Any good ways to replicate that type of offense? Because it looks like you guys have a lot better spacing now. It looks like something is a point of success that you guys might have in the third period.
I think it starts from everybody just being physical on the forecheck. I mean, you got little Marcus McDonald out there throwing his body, turning pucks over, and it goes up and down the lineup from the biggest guy to the smallest guy. If we can get the body on, we can create turnovers.
All right, one more period to stay in this. 4-2 the deficit. You guys got to get back in this one pretty quickly. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, you heard it there from March. He just wants to stick to the game plan, but you know, there's only 20 minutes left in this game, which means there could be only 20 minutes left in their season.
That's right. But then again, 2-goal lead, the most dangerous lead in hockey, as they say. Stampede have looked really good out there, so the Swarm have quite a lot of work ahead of them to get back into this one.
Well, stick around. We'll have the conclusion to this game and perhaps a presentation of the BIRGEL Cup coming up, but stay tuned.
at the, oh, there we go. Hey, audio back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Kia ora koutou, welcome back. Let's start it all again. Third period action about to get started here in Botany. It is the story of the Stampede at the moment, guys. Once again, a 2-1 period win for the Stampede. Everybody's getting excited here because of what the Swarm are doing. And of course, it's a home ice final, and they're trying desperately to stay in it. But the reality is the Stampede continue to win periods, 2-1. What do you guys think?
Well, they're playing their game. They're using their speed. They're creating opportunities. They're jumping on any sort of mistake or turnover. And importantly, that defensive zone has looked crisp as well. They don't get enough credit for that.
Yeah, always getting sticks on pucks, bodies in front of pucks. So many shots by the Swarm just not getting through, getting blocked, getting deflected up into the netting. And the Stampede have been really dominant offensively as well. I think this could easily be like a 7-2 game if it wasn't for the Queen Bee, Grace Harrison, back there in net.
It's been exactly that, and we'll go into the replays here, and this is the first goal.
And again, just not a bounce that's going the Swarm's way. Harrison does a fantastic job to stop this point blank, but then on the rebound hits the skate of Kozak and goes right in the net.
Yeah, I don't really see anything wrong with the positioning on these players here. The only problem is you get a little bit too much of an inside play here for the Stampede. But if we move this forward, that's just a deflection and some poor luck.
But look at where these defenders are for the Swarm, collapsing right in front of the crease, watching the puck there, leaving McIntosh wide open.
Yeah, so once again, this is a very clogged up zone, but there is a lane there, and it can be seen. But again, Harrison way out in front, cutting off the angles here. But if you cut off the angle that high, you have to rely on what else is around you. And because of that, that shot gets behind. And when you see it pinball here, it's just a little bit of luck in that sense. But if you are that far out, you are going to get caught out, and that is a wide open net. And that makes it 4-1.
Yeah, it looked like it was off of Luke Simon's skate there, I think, that shot. And I think now we're going to see that goal from Jackson Fontaine.
Was that credited to Fontaine?
Yeah, do we know that? Do we know what the credit is? We'll see it here.
Yes, it was credited to Fontaine. So they're saying that McDonald did not get a stick on this, but whatever happened, it definitely fooled the goaltender Brooks a little bit.
Yeah, I think he got fooled. He thought that McDonald got a stick on it and just didn't read the trajectory of the puck well. And I think it's tough for Aston Brooks. He hasn't faced much rubber in this game, hasn't really had to face too many shots, and so maybe his feet are getting a little bit cold. And this crowd is roaring. We barely hear ourselves. The Swarm fans supporting their team, believing that they can come back. And quite a few Stampede fans out here as well. Good to see them making the journey up from Queenstown.
Well, guys, it really comes down to the Swarm have to win a period big. That's all there is. They need at least 2 goals and to pitch a shutout for this just to get to overtime. But right now, you have the Stampede, again, 2-1, 4-2. They have to make some sort of a change here and take some chances, and that's going to make it interesting this third period.
The Swarm are going to push, and as we've seen, the Stampede are really good on the counterattack, generating odd man rushes, so they're going to get some scoring chances here, especially that trailer. We've seen that trailer in the high slot, dropping it back to him, getting some really good scoring chances from them back there, and I think Grace is going to have to make some big saves in this period to keep her team in it.
All right, scoreboard set. We're ready to go here. Third period action. The NZIHL Grand Finals, Game 2. Stampede trying to win it today. That comes in onside. Freer with a shot. And that gets bounced around. Theuler sending it to Picosdi. Back to Theuler. And the Swarm gets set up on the offense. A little bit wet on that ice, you guys. It's looks like the puck's sticking a little bit.
We are in a subtropical climate.
That is true.
And winter in Auckland is extremely humid, so that ice isn't going to dry too quickly.
And they come in the zone. They Swarm with the puck. Pagosdi gives it up. Goes as far as Kozak. And that goes out in front, but they can't do anything with it. And it's the Stampede sending it the length of the ice. And it does go for icing just as it hits off the side of the goal, which allows it to go for icing.
Chance for the Swarm here to get some offense going. They're going to need a goal soon. Give themselves time to get that second to send this to overtime.
Yeah, well, the clock's on the screen, of course, but we kind of do have to watch as the strategies will change over the course of this third period. And we'll watch very carefully if it gets close for the goaltender. Wimmer with it, sends it in. Brooks just kind of nonchalantly knocks it behind. Stays in the corner. McDonald putting it to the other side. Sandoy's going to get there at the half board, sends it back around. Fontaine there first. He cuts off his player but can't play the puck. Wimmer gets there, comes around, gets taken out of the play, and Davis Ross with the puck. Stampede set up for their offense. He sends it the length of the ice, and once again, just missing it. But Harrison was
maybe an early whistle from the referee.
Yeah, that was a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Was trying to make sure not to touch it to ensure the icing was called, but Harrison might have actually, Connor that is, been able to beat that out, which would have given him a wide open look on goal if she doesn't touch it.
Yeah, Connor Harrison, the Stampede player, the one skating up. Grace Harrison, the goaltender, just to clarify everything. Now Hopkinson to take
unrelated,
this.
I believe.
I hope so.
There was another
point.
Harrison on the Admirals at one point, but has since retired, I believe.
Sean Harrison.
That's right.
That is Grace's sister. Those two were related.
Brother.
Yes.
You said sister.
Well,
hey,
it's a spectrum these days.
Oh, stop it. Here we go. Amston with it. Back to hockey. You guys want to do a podcast at this rate? Simon with the puck. Gets it at the other blue line. Pass it forward. Cole can't handle that. It goes over the blue line, and the Stampede looking to get that out. Deflection. Hopkinson with a chance shot. It goes through the glove just enough to block it to the side. A dangerous chance there for the Swarm.
Yeah, great opportunity.
And that goes in offside. Sorry, Joel.
Yeah, not sure Brooks even saw that. They were getting the bodies in front. As March alluded to at the end of that second period, they're going to try to get a lot of meat in front of the net.
That's right. Speaking of a lot of meat, Reed Cole,
careful.
He has been great in front of the net, taking away Brooks' eyes, but they need some sustained pressure in order to give Reed Cole a chance to do that.
Carroll to take this one against McCog. And the Swarm win this one. Unlike the Stampede have been winning 2 out of 3 faceoffs thus far. And now True has that puck behind the net, gives it past to McCullum. He gives it up. Risky Jones trying to get it out, and he does just enough to do that. And now it's Carroll to pick up the puck for the Swarm, sends it behind. Sandoy with it, looking to break out. 3 on the forecheck, but they back off. Just 1, but a very nuisance one, and that's Risky Jones. And the arm stays down as he was kind of holding on to the player there, but not enough to draw a call. True with it. He passes it forward. Kozak jumps the lane there, and now they send it in onside. Theuler's going to collect it for the Swarm. A couple of changes for the Stampede, but they hold on to it. Freer holds on to the puck, and Theuler's got to work to get this one out with 2 on the forecheck for the Stampede. And once again, McRae gets to it, but a lucky bounce. Theuler's got it, and he gets it to Pekosdi as he's going to work that out. Carroll has it. And they're going to have to go for a change here because of all the maneuvering in the back, and the Stampede are going to have the puck and move it forward. Colin McIntosh taking the zone here and going up that far corner.
Big
collision
hit by Luke Simon.
And Simon getting the better of that one. Carroll with the puck, moving through the center, but not able to take any speed in. Now he leaves it behind at the point. That stays with Fontaine. Fontaine collects it. Rister gets blocked, sent back to him. And now the Stampede looking to get it out. This time they don't ice the puck, up to Ross. Nolan Ross looking around, spins around, goes through Harrison, takes a shot, good save.
Oh,
that is a fantastic kick save.
That is an incredible save. Full stretch by Grace Harrison. Crowd goes wild. Queen Bee to the rescue. Seeing this on the replay now. Oh my, Dipsy Doodle dangles around Lenny, and with the toe, Grace Harrison. Game saver right there. Oh my.
She whiffs on the forecheck or the poke check a little bit, but was still able to get a toe on it. You rarely see that.
That is incredible. Highlight reel save right there.
Says the goaltender, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, Joel's a goalie too. We're just a couple goalie fans here.
It's a union. Anyway, in front, kick attempt. That actually would have counted. There was no movement on it. That puck was scary close to a goal there, and that's going to go for icing.
Queen Bee to the rescue once again, making another big save there at Grace Harrison. The saving grace for the Swarm. Off a skate, off the pads, and down for an icing.
And great positioning once again, able to stay square to the puck. And eventually she's got to be thinking, when are you guys going to go on the other end and make Brooks try to make saves like this?
That's right. She needs a little bit of help from her team.
McCarg loses that face-off. It's Fontaine up the front with McDonald. He comes in the zone. The young line out there again. He gives up the puck to Campbell, and he sends it around to Devlin. Dylan Devlin taking it out, and Simon's going to pick that one up. Swarm with it. Sandoy, top line's out here, just trying to figure things out. Cole's going to take it in, and comes back to the point for just a moment, losing sight of it for just a bit, but that's sent around. Sandoy sends it deep. Cole chases, but it's the Stampede that pull it out. Freer's got it. Long pass. They don't connect with Devlin. They go for a change for a couple of them. The Swarm hold up. Simon with the hockey stop. He turns that back around, and they come up the right side. Passed in. It was March on the long pass up to Cole, but Stampede get there first. Healer with it now. And Amston takes him out of the play. Goes back to March. Shot, and doesn't get through. Hopkinson can't get that one on target. Goes halfway up. Bounce in the middle, but the Stampede have it. McRae's going to have to chase this one down. He's ahead of it. No icing here. Harrison digs. 2 players back for the Swarm, and Hopkinson gets control of it. Sends it as far as Pecosdi, but he loses it. True has it. They send it to the other side of the ice. They send it in, and McCullum's shot around gets to McRae at the point. Some frustration on the bench down there.
Again.
That was a good save. It stays out at the blue line. McCullum with a shot deflected in front. Chance, another one for McIntosh, and Harrison knocks it off just in time.
Harrison's movement, her skating is just precision. There to make the save, backdoor once again.
Look at that. Hopefully we can get a closer look. Did she get the toe on it, or was it off the outside of the post?
Either way, it didn't look like there was any room for it to go.
That's a save, guys, I think. McIntosh is going to take that one. Pecosdi with it now. They Swarm winning faceoffs a little bit more frequently now. It's an important time to do it, too. Pecosdi skating through, hands on full display. Takes the line, goes through, passes it as he's quadrupled up there, and Carroll sends it behind the net. Swarm kind of back off a little bit, try to keep it in at the point. They can't do it. It's going to go for an icing. If it goes long enough, it won't. And it's Luke Simon looking up the ice, gives up the puck. Ross with it. Nolan Ross throwing it in. Koptev in front of him.
Stampede doing so well to prevent the Swarm from getting clean zone entries, just collapsing around everyone.
Sofer to
dump and chase.
Sofer to Harrison, blocked in just in time, and now the Swarm have it again. They throw it in, but it's blocked immediately, and it comes back out. Nolan Ross with it, tries to go through the legs. Good move there. He keeps the puck, gets it back from Harrison, and they dig away at it. Koptev has to chase that down at the point. Stampede keep it in. And it's Davis Ross backing off and then defensively getting in the way. Do they get a call? They do not.
I think that he really got away with a hold there. I saw him grab onto Carroll from behind, and that's going to lead to some frustration for the Swarm as they're not getting those calls.
That looked like a very close marginal play there, but now Fontaine up the left side. He's holding on to it one-handed. Good chance in front, knocked away. Never really a shot as that goes into the crease and gets kicked away. And that's going to go back out to Sandoy as they reset. Swarm looking to get this in, another dump and chase. How deeply they go into this offensive zone and test their defensive strengths here is the key. Now Devlin has the puck. They've come in front. They're going to get a call there. They're not. And the goal comes off, so they're going to get a stop. And it was Max McCarg, I think, taking the dive.
Taking the dive.
Hang on. I used the wrong word there. That's a very.
The South Islander is the biased one, as you can see.
No. Here we go.
So unbiased.
That is a very charged word. I should not have said that, the D word there. So
the D word.
Yeah, we'll go there. Hopkinson wins that face-off.
There you go. Any accusations of bias against me and Joel are completely slanderous.
And true. And here we go with the Swarm coming through. Cole with it, kicks it forward. March with a shot. That's deflected into the backboards. And that puck goes out to neutral. It'll be Sandoy to collect again. 12 minutes to go on the clock. The Swarm really wanting to get one back because the pace that they're going to have to score at, they're going to need 2 in this last 12 minutes to extend this series.
That's right, the Stampede making it really difficult for them to gain entry to the zone, forcing that dump and chase.
Cole to March. March skating back on his opposite side. Now Thurler with it, but he gets it taken away. It's McIntosh, 2-on-1 coming up here. McIntosh with a pass, shot, and a goal. That might do it. It's now a 3-goal lead for the Stampede, and that just goes right across the crease, that 2-on-1. Well, I won't say it seals the deal, but it makes it a lot more difficult.
That's a back-breaking goal for the Swarm here as McRae, who actually lives in Auckland now but still plays for the Stampede, receives it one time. He doesn't get clean reception on that one-timer, but actually just sort of floats over Grace as a result.
Yeah, I think the first assist is the most important one because that one just flipped up enough, and Harrison not able to get across.
She made so many highlight reel saves, but couldn't bail them out that time.
Carroll to take this one, Stampede win it, and they go forward. Ross trying to go jump the lane there, gets it taken away from him, and that's going to go to Picosdi. Picosdi with it, holds up, sends it behind, and the Swarm get reset. Kozak with it. That one goes the length of the ice, but not quite enough to get an icing here. Wimmer's going to track that one down. And it's the Swarm setting up here with a 3-goal deficit. A little bit of a forecheck here by Ross. In essence, this is a 5-on-5 penalty kill, if you will, by the Stampede. And they just have to see this one out to take the cup. And that looks like the game plan here. Don't do anything silly.
Well, there's still 10 minutes, 37 remaining.
Yep. But they're not playing aggressively, guys. I don't know if you've seen that, or is it any opinions on the strategy at this point?
Well, the Stampede have been doing such a good job of containing the Swarm in the neutral zone, slowing them down, and really great positional and structure. So even when the Swarm do get shots, they're all from distance. As you can see, Fontaine, 4 defenders collapsed on him because they knew they had the advantage.
Yeah, and going for that change. Yeah, exactly.
So it's just good experience and heads-up ice hockey by the Stampede.
And we're playing on international ice here, so it's tough to play that dump and chase game that the Stampede have forced the Swarm into.
Amston takes that one, sends it around behind his own net. Goes to Fontaine. Fontaine takes the hit. That comes out. And the Stampede stretch past to McRae. Goal scorer just a moment ago. Kicked around. Goes behind, and a pass deflected away. And McDonald getting it out to Wimmer. 2-on-3 here. Wimmer up to Fontaine. He brings it in. That's offside.
And once again, neutral zone activity by the Stampede to step up at that blue line and draw that offside.
A little extra there. That was, Bartek, did you see what happened?
I think it was Marcus McDonald getting into it with one of the Stampede players. Might see on the replay, referee skating over to break him up, and then Theuler giving a little bit of a bump to McRae.
And McRae's going off as well, so this will be a coinciding minor.
Looks like a slash there. I think actually one of the Stampede players accidentally slashed the referee. Not too hard, but just gave him a light tap on the shin pads by accident. So looks like we'll have coinciding penalties. Remy Sandoy filling in as captain today, usually the assistant, as Michael Atwell out with a knee injury after that hit behind the play last weekend. Okay, we'll see that on the replay now here. Oh, and Marcus takes a slash to the back from McRae, so I think that's the initial call.
What was the call on McDonald?
I'm not sure, and ooh.
Shots
away from Grace.
McCollum with that shot. That was saved in just enough there as that gets stuck in the crease for a moment. Scary situation, but the Swarm survive it. And it is the Stampede that are methodically moving towards a cup win here. March with it. He passes it forward. Cole doesn't see it. Given up. Trugat has it. Gives it to Davis Ross up to Sulphur. They're announcing it in the stadium here. 2 roughings, it sounds like. Pass forward. And March coming off the ice. Freer's got it. That is Mitchell Freer in this case. He passes it, gets it back. Long pass forward. Devlin throwing it into the opposite corner. Sandoy collecting it. Passed around, and it's Carroll with it. He's going to give it up. And here come the Swarm. Up the left side, it's Sandoy holding up, passing it forward. Carroll gets it back, moves to the left. Shot and a goal! A give and go that the Swarm have been missing for quite some time, and that one works out nicely. It is Pecozzi making it 5-3.
Ballin Pecozzi once again coming up clutch when the Swarm need him with a beautiful one-timer there.
And this is just another transition play with a great puck movement, right place, right time, makes no mistake.
Yeah, that's not one that's on the goaltender here, guys. This is a give and go that is excellent, and you're going to get just a great shot in that upper right corner.
But that's how the Swarm have got to get back into this with those transition opportunities, because once they establish the zone, they haven't been able to get as high quality opportunities.
Chance for Carroll there as he gets the puck early on this possession, and that's going to go to the length. Does it go for an icing? It does. Simon back for that one.
And saw Carroll looking for that backdoor pass, and a great block by the Stampede player, able to take away that pass and keep the Swarm away.
And this is where the Swarm have to do their damage. They have the Stampede on their heels a little bit here. Face-off won by the Stampede. And it's Rusky Jones bringing it in. Takes a shot. They actually was a little bit off. Goes into the corner. I think it was just to hold possession. And Freer sends it around. Lachlan Freer this time. Dalmateau with it. Dalmateau getting rid of it. And the Swarm looking to get the offense started. Rusky Jones staying up on this one. That 1-2-2 trap that they're playing. Shot, and that one goes up and out of play. You can see it. They're trying to come in with, that's a really good example. They're coming in with speed whenever they can, but because of the 1-2-2 and everybody staying back, they're allowing several players to kind of collapse in on the puck.
And as usual, sticks in front of the shots, bodies in front of the shots. Tough to get those pucks through for the Swarm. Only 19 shots so far in this game to 29 for the Stampede.
Sorry, Joel, we'll come to you after this. The Sandoy with a rip of a shot, but it doesn't get through. Dalmateau up to Wimmer. Wimmer at the blue line, passes it, it's intercepted. Kozak can't play it. Goes out to Wimmer, and they reset. Joel?
Yep, so what we're going to need to see here from the Swarm is maintaining that offensive pressure, and they're going to have to try to break down this staunch defense from the Stampede, who are able to get great position in that zone and force the Swarm outside to the edges.
And that's what you see there. Wimmer with it, having to go a little bit further out of the dot. And because of that, going to have to switch the puck high and low in order to create some space, which they're trying to do here. Sandoy with the puck. He's skating it in. Goes behind the net, looking for a pass. Holds up. Hopkinson doing something to save it. That bounce is funny, and it comes back out. It's Connor Harrison with it. Comes into the zone, gives it to Ross. Now it's picked up by Hopkinson. He holds on to it. No, he gets rid of it off the glass, gives it up, and it's going to come in quickly. Davis Ross. Oh, it's taken away. He had to hold up because the Stampede were offside for a moment. Now McCray jumps in, and Simon gets there first. And Simon holds on to it.
You can see Grace with her hand up, upset that the hook on Simon wasn't called there.
And that goes through the middle. Pecozzi with it, loses the puck. And he just took it right into traffic in the traffic one. Up to McIntosh. He gets that peeled off his stick, and that puck goes up and out for a stop in play.
So really the theme that we have seen here is at their own blue line, the Stampede are basically just setting up a fortress. The Swarm are unable to take the puck into the zone without dumping it in. There's no possession across that blue line.
Yeah, and when they've tried to get across, often they've been forced into an offside by the Stampede.
Simon with the puck after the faceoff. He gets it taken off him by McCray. McCray looking for an outlet. Leaves it low, gives it to McIntosh. They cycle in that corner there. Pecozzi with it. And now Carroll. Carroll looking to get rid of it. Goes up to the middle. Fontaine has to give it up. And the Stampede collapse around that. sent forward. No icing here, was deflected. It'll be Fueller with it. Fueller's going to take it himself. Passes forward up to neutral. Back to Carroll. Carroll's going to take it in. Leaves it behind. And that little cycle to Fontaine had some success earlier. Fueller with it, gets taken away, goes back out to neutral. Swarm have to reset. And Fueller with it. Goes over the red line, sends it into the corner, and they go for a change. A little bit of a forecheck. Nothing desperate yet. Stampede trying to send it cross ice often. And in this case, Swarm have it. They get it to Wimmer. He sends it forward, and that's taken away. And now Kozak dump and chase. Couple more changes. And now it's McDonald chasing up on it. Does exactly that, gets to it. Leaves that puck. Kozak there. Out to Wimmer. Shot, glove save. Boy, that one looked a little bit scarier as the glove came down, and I think he got a
Yeah, I think
good
he
stop.
just palmed it, didn't quite get it in the pocket, but
Yep.
able to cover up there. Yep, just palms it a little bit, doesn't get in the pocket, but nothing happens there, able to cover it up here. So a little bit of a line change as well. We've seen Kozak move to the young kids line and Jackson moving with Bullint and Carroll on the top line.
And it's worked so far, at least in the short term. Fueller with it, he gets taken off his stick. And it's Ross coming up the left side, holds up, and looks, sends it around. And down to Harrison. Swarm pick it back up again. And Dalmato harassed. Dalmato with it. Dalmato all alone here. Dalmato skating through, loses an edge. It comes back to Sandoy. He has to reset because they're offside. Now Pagosdy with it. Sends it forward to Fontaine. Fontaine gives it back to Pagosdy. One on give and go there, but that turns around. Freer gets to it. Freer sending it deep. No interest in chasing that puck. And it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here. We'll have a close eye on the goaltender. And Fontaine's there, and she's thinking about coming out. Harrison was halfway down there, and now she's back in the cage. McRae with a shot, backhand, and now McIntosh. And it is truly well and on here. In front, chance. And now it's the Sandoy pass that gets them started.
Oh, and
they're
it's forced
offside.
offside. Grace not able to come out.
Still waiting. Now Dalmato in 6-on-5, but this is turned right around. Shot. This is an icing call as the empty net yawned, waiting for that goal for the Stampede.
Yeah, they
just missed it.
They pulled Harrison there, but she was pretty hesitant to come to the bench straight away because the Swarm just could not get possession in the offensive zone.
Timeout called for the Swarm. Their one timeout to gather information about how they're going to play the rest of this one, but they are 2 goals down to force overtime here.
They needed to give Carroll a rest. He had a really long shift there. I think he stayed out with 2 lines, so they're going to want him and Bali out there, and I think Reed Cole as well. See the coach drawing it up, getting a little bit of preview of what we'll see in a minute.
Some really spy camera stuff going on over there.
I think he's taking Joel's advice and saying, hey, you guys got to put the puck in the net.
Yeah.
Turns out if you guys score 2, we'll go to overtime. And
so yeah, the defensively in the zone, if you don't win the draw here, the Stampede, what they're looking to do is again collapse on the point, because that's exactly where the Swarm are going to feel most comfortable with the puck.
All right, the Stampede back out on defense. The Swarm, with that information, they're going to go down to the left dot as they get set up. 6 skaters on the ice here.
So
empty net.
What do you think the coach was saying, Joel?
They're targeting Carroll right here, 22.
And Carroll takes the shot. It's deflected. It goes into the corner. And Jet McCullum getting there. Dalmato wins that battle, but it's given up to McRae. McRae's going to take the shot. Why not? He hits just right of the goal, and it is icing.
And the Swarm live to see another face-off.
So,
oh, yeah, go ahead.
Just that close, guys. It's he doesn't miss by much. Now they're having a quick discussion down on with the referee down on the Stampede bench. Still 6-on-5. Dalmato wins that faceoff. Puck stays with the Swarm for a moment. McIntosh upended. Carroll has it. Carroll has to wait, send it in, tags up. Everybody on side, but it'll be the Stampede to get there first. And that's going to go the length of the ice once again. No, they've called off icing because Fontaine held up and chose not to play the puck.
I mean, Fontaine was kind of on the other side of the ice, so.
And they keep fighting for it. That empty net there, tempting the Stampede. Simon having some trouble with the puck. Carroll picks it up. 2 minutes to go here in this final. Game 2, Stampede up 1-0. And if they hold on, they take another title here at the NZIHL. Swarm come in. Carroll with it on the right side. He gets it taken away from him for a moment. It goes down to Dalmato into the Zamboni corner. Shot from that goal line position there. No shot's a bad shot right now. Fontaine holds it in at the blue line very adeptly. Gives it to Sandoy. He chops it down in front. Chance! And that one goes in front of the crease. No one home to tap it home. That goes as far as Fontaine's shot. That's deflected. It was Sofer there. And that puck's on target. And that does it. SkyCity Stampede go up 3 goals with 1:19 to go.
And what led to that? Yet another shot block.
Yeah, again, getting a body in front, closing down the lane, and giving no choice.
So it looks like Grace, the Queen Bee, is back in the net. She did everything she could to give her team a chance today. But looks like we'll be seeing the Stampede lifting the BIRGEL Cup in just over 1 minute.
So as we play this one out, the Stampede are going to do what they can. Kazanov sending it away. It goes up to Hopkinson. They go back in. Kyle March with it. And now it's Harrison coming back out. They are going to go with 6 skaters here. Why not? And it's the Stampede with it. They take the puck away from that. That's a good play there. March coming in 1-on-2. Trying to get onside. He tries to jump in front of Davis Ross. Can't do it. And now Hopkinson takes it in the corner. Why not try everything? Throw the kitchen sink. Simon with it. Shot. Another block. And the Stampede bench erupts with another block shot from a body in front. That one gets close to Brooks. And that's a kick. And they stopped it. A crease violation. There you go. So that one is going to come out of the zone, it looks like. 31 seconds to go, guys.
That's right. The Stampede close to another championship.
It's been an impressive performance from the Stampede top to bottom on both ends. And block shots, defensive zone coverage, and then, of course, offensively, with the high amount of talent they have really opened up this league.
Yeah, they are a dynasty, maybe the greatest dynasty in New Zealand sports, with now it'll be 10 out of 11 championships.
Shot, and that goes over the crossbar. Dalmato taking one of the last ones of the year here. That's sent around by Sandoy. And now it's Anston. Harrison just waiting for the puck. And that should just about do it. Simon with the last chance here in front. And that will cause a big problem with some very late hits there, but they're trying to get the Swarm players away as the Stampede have come to Auckland and won the BIRGEL Cup again for 2025.
There you have it. The SkyCity Stampede are your 2025 BIRGEL Cup champions. After a long, hard, tough season, they are the ones standing at the top.
Yeah, well deserved. They showed this weekend that they are the top team in the league. The Swarm were able to split the home and away series with them earlier this season, but when it came crunch time, down to the wire in the playoffs, the Stampede showed their experience.
I think that experience comes through when you take a look at the per period scoring again. It's another third period, 2-1 Stampede. That is a championship side that is constantly grinding out goals and defensively very adeptly keeping the danger away just enough to grind out when they didn't have their best stuff tonight. Another win.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And, you know, over the years, they've lost some of their best players, like Schneider, no longer playing for the Stampede. I believe he was a Calgary Flames draft pick. And still, they just keep winning. They know how to win.
Well, they certainly have shown their experience here once again. And in just a little while, they'll put their hands on the cup. But in the meantime, the classic handshakes between the two clubs after a very hard-fought game 2 here. It was a much better, much more interesting game today. It didn't feel like the Swarm were really out of it until right at the end. This one always felt like it was going to tilt back towards the Swarm if they could get the offense just a couple of bounces here or there. But every time the Stampede kind of just stepped in and made good defensive plays. And really, I've seen this year after year, especially in the third periods, when you see the guys with the Stampede giving up their bodies to get in lanes. They love that stuff, and the bench erupts, and you hear it, and it's just a very solid, fundamental way to play hockey.
Yeah, they're going to need some good ice baths tonight after blocking all those shots. Wow. I mean, the Swarm got only 22 shots through. They must have had about 50 shot attempts in this game. That is a lot of blocked shots, and you know, trust me, it hurts sometimes. Even with goalie equipment, these guys are definitely not wearing the same level of protection as the goalies. And handshakes with the coaches. Moment. Good sportsmanship from both teams after this hard-fought series. So, Joel, what do you think the Swarm need to do next year after this experience? I think that's their first time in the championship in quite a while, maybe since 2015 or so in the finals. So, what do you think they could take away from this?
And well, this is also almost a completely different roster from then. The only holdover would be Andrew Hay and possibly Michael Atwell, who was out tonight with that injury.
Yeah,
but it's a young team. The Swarm have a very young team. A lot of under 25 talent, even under 23, under 21, and so there's a bright future with this Swarm team. And hopefully they can learn a few things from the champions, the SkyCity Stampede, and what it takes to be a champion so they can come back stronger next year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like you said, there was I think it was the second line for the Swarm. Everyone under 21 or under 22 with Jackson Fontaine, Luke Simon, Leonard Volmer, and it was Marcus McDonald and Ivan Dalmatau out there, all these young players. So they'll definitely learn a lot from this experience, like you said. And for the Stampede, I mean, can they really improve on what they've done already? We're going to cut now to Matt Chavez interviewing Cam Freer, the winning coach.
Cam Freer, head coach of the winning SkyCity Stampede. Cam, you won each period 2-1 tonight, and you really showed that mentality. Tell me how the boys were tonight.
Yeah, I think we felt pretty good. We knew that if we played the right way and we played defensively well again, we'd be successful, you know. And some of the times where the momentum wasn't really our way and we had to dig in, we draw a lot of confidence from the times we've been here and know what it takes to win a final.
Well, speaking about knowing how to do it, we saw the bench erupt every time there was a blocked shot. Tell me about the culture.
I think the thing is you look at guys in our team and they're willing to do anything to win. You know, whether you're sitting on the bench for a whole period and then you're called on to go out there, they're willing to do more than what they need for themselves, but for the team, and that's why we're successful.
Cam Freer, coach of the Stampede.
Well, Cam Freer definitely going to be proud of his boys out there tonight. They put it all on the line.
Yeah, they sure did. And Shakaden Pang now receiving the award for Rookie of the Year in the NZIHL. Great young player for the Swarm, absolute ripper of a shot. One of the hardest shots on the squad, and he's only 18, maybe even under 18, 17 possibly.
And this is the Dale Harrop Memorial Award.
So in memory of Dale Harrop, who sadly passed away a few years ago, Admirals and Ice Blacks legend.
So next award will be the Top Goaltender Award for the 2025 season, and that goes to Ashton Brooks.
Well deserved for Ashton Brooks. He's a very technically sound goaltender and has very few weaknesses. You can see how polished his game is. I believe he played in Australia for a few years, a very strong league in Australia.
And now we will present the MVP, Most Valuable Player, the 2025 BIRGEL Cup, and it is Colin McIntosh.
Well deserved. He laid it all out on the line, had a few goals as well, put his team ahead. Was it 2 goals today?
He was involved everywhere, it seemed like.
The silver medals will be presented again by...
So now they will present the silver medals to the second place finisher, the Botany Swarm.
BIRGEL Cup runners are the Botany Swarm.
And a really fantastic season for the Swarm to get back into this grand final.
And the Swarm fans sticking around to cheer on their team. Chris Luxon as well, giving them some applause. Prime Minister Christopher Luxon, I should say. Andy Hay now accepting his medal. Legend of the team, 300 games, 19 years as captain. Wasn't sure if he'd be able to play today. He took a really tough hit into the boards yesterday. It looked like he got his bell rung, but he's battled through it and made it through the game. Jackson Fontaine now, great young player. One of my students at Auckland University, smart computer science and maths kid. Bolan Pakodzi now going back to the UK. I believe he plays Division II in the UK. Andre Kozak, Marcus McDonald, the young player. That is Alan Kazhanov. My bad, Alan, mixing up your last name.
Not the way the Swarm wanted their season to end, I'm sure, but they do have to be proud of how they played this year and fought through to the end.
That's right, they battled tonight. And last but not least, Kyle March was missing for the Swarm in the semifinals.
And now,
came back here for the finals. Now the gold medals about to be
gold
awarded.
medals, also presented by Andy Mills and Gareth Hale, to your 2025 BIRGEL Cup champions, the SkyCity Stampede.
And here are the Stampede to claim their gold medals as the 2025 BIRGEL Cup champions.
You can see the yellow in the crowd. Big Stampede flag flying as well. Dedicated fans coming up all the way from Queenstown. I love visiting Queenstown. It's such a cool place. It's a real hockey town. You know, you could be chatting on the bus about hockey and the locals will jump in. This is their team. They don't have any other sports teams to cheer for. They love their hockey. I had the pleasure of backing up and working the gate for a road trip down there to Queenstown. It was a great experience. Almost feels like small town Ontario hockey playing down there in Queenstown.
Except with maybe a few more mountains.
Yeah, a few more mountains. Yeah, we don't have many of those in Ontario. It's a little bit more flat. Small town Alberta, maybe. I don't know. Do you have mountains in Minnesota? Just mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. And lakes.
Lakes and mosquitoes. That's a good pairing.
Queenstown also has lakes.
Yeah, they sure do. Maybe it's too cold for the mosquitoes.
Yeah, they've got it all. Including the 2025 BIRGEL Cup.
Yeah, once again, making it semi-permanent home down in Queenstown.
Yeah, they're not used to traveling all the way up to Auckland to receive it, though.
Yeah, that's right. So the Swarm did really well to take first place this year in the NZIHL and able to get that home ice advantage. It's really tough playing down in Queenstown.
Please welcome the captain of the winning SkyCity Stampede to collect the BIRGEL Cup. SkyCity Stampede, number 16, Mitchell Freer.
And there's Mitchell Freer, the captain of the SkyCity Stampede, collecting the cup from New Zealand Ice Hockey President Andy Mills. And here we are, celebrating their well-deserved victory, the SkyCity Stampede.
I believe brother of Coach Cam Freer. It's a family affair out there. Lots of families playing here in New Zealand ice hockey.
Winning 10 of the last 11 BIRGEL Cup.
Absolute dynasty. They know how to win. They just can't stop winning. Nobody can stop them.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Well, we have another season ahead of us next year. We'll see if anyone can take them down. Can anyone put a stop to this Stampede? Or will they trample all the competition?
Too much. Too much. Before we do go, we would absolutely like to thank our producers and directors putting this together, all the camera people to make this production. Big shout out to Josh Kretschmer and Michael Domigan for their hard work throughout the year to put together this product and allow you to watch this ice hockey right now.
That's right. And Bradley on the camera as well, and Mark too, bringing you the action. And thank you to all of the fans for tuning in. It's been great seeing your comments. Your accusations of bias, completely slanderous. As we could see, it was truly Matt Chavez, who is not able to defend himself at the moment, accusing the Stampede of diving.
And here we go with the Stampede showing off their trophy for a reasonable sized contingent of fans that have come up all the way from Queenstown for the weekend. And they gotta say, worth the trip.
Yeah, well worth the trip. Coming back with a prize, the BIRGEL Cup. And the Swarm players, meanwhile, taking some photos. We see Balint Pakodzi and Evan Carroll, who are likely going away soon. Oh, and we're going to cut to Matt Chavez now for an interview with the coach, Kevin Simon.
Kevin Simon, coach of the Swarm, a lot more competitive today. How'd you feel about the effort for the boys?
Yeah, they fought right till the end. Like, super proud of the effort that they put in. I mean, the Stampede are really good this season. They played great in these finals, so total respect to them, but super proud of the way we fought through that game. That's more of what we were looking for. So.
Yeah, it was a lot more Swarm hockey. We saw a lot of that today. It looked like they just really disrupted you by putting 4 back and just having a hard time with it. Just any differences that you're looking forward to next year, any kind of retooling or anything that you want to bring to the table?
Yeah, it's been a progression from when Colin Van Daven started coaching this team and really sort of shifted us, sort of getting us into the playoffs, into the semis regularly. So, just another year, try to get that a little bit better and come back stronger next year.
You had the best record in the regular season. Congratulations, Coach. Heck of a year.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
It's good to hear from Kevin Simon. I believe originally started coaching with American football and has transitioned to hockey. Does a really good job at managing emotions, especially in these sort of games, keeping his guys cool, keeping those tempers from boiling over.
Those are the Rosses there. You can tell because they look exactly the same.
Completely identical. And then Dylan Devlin with that long blonde mane out there. Yet another championship for him.
So there we have it. It has been one fantastic year of NZIHL hockey. Thank you to all you out there listening and watching and experiencing this fantastic season with us. I've been Joel Rindelog along with Bartek Eratowski. And
I think we might have, do we have another interview coming up? Yep. Yeah, looks like we do. Sorry, we'll keep blabbing in your ears there. Anything to blab about, Joel? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, just how excited I am for more ice hockey.
That's right.
And I can't believe I have to wait a whole off season to get back to the NZIHL.
Yeah, well, at least there's some BHL action coming up. Are you? And we're going to have an interview now coming up right here. Matt Chavez, back in your ears.
Mitchell Fear here, winning Stampede side. How proud are you of your boys right now?
Worked hard all year and we've had a pretty tough season. We've been ups and downs. We've lost a lot of weekends, split a lot of weekends, and we're just happy that we put it together for the last bit of the season here and got it done.
It was good to see the culture on the bench. Every time somebody took a blocked shot, you guys erupted. Tell me a little bit more about how you guys kind of encourage that kind of defensive level of presence.
Yeah, we feel it. Like that's we try and be as positive as we can on the bench. Even when we make mistakes, we're not hard on each other. And when we do block shots and hard hits, taking hits, we cheer it. Like you need to let the boys know, and it carries on energy on the bench.
Well, congratulations on winning yet another cup, and enjoy the evening.
All right. You can tell a veteran captain of the team, always happy to win another one.
Yeah, it never gets old winning championships. Queenstown still have that fire in them. And Chris Luxon getting out there congratulating the winning team.
MVP Colin McIntosh there with the Prime Minister, who has stuck around to soak in the festivities.
So sadly, Chris Luxon, apparently a Leafs fan as well, and a Swarm fan. Neither team getting him a championship this year. Hopefully he doesn't change his affiliation and start cheering for the Swarm. I think that wouldn't be good for the Stampede or the Botany faithful.
Well, once again, thank you to all our viewers for tuning in this year and watching another fantastic year of NZIHL action. We will catch you next year, and I hope you enjoy the offseason, because we'll be right back in 2026 for a new season. But until then,
Joel Rindelob and Bartek Evertovsky, thank you for tuning in. See you next year.